All right, we are live, prime time with Hoyt and Wise Cheese. I'm Ben Hoyt, and that's Wise Cheese Matt Scora.
Yes, sir.
For another episode, it is the return of Thomas Brady to Gillette Stadium, Buccaneers versus the Patriots. We actually do have Anthony Khan over here, but I'm going to have to steal your phrase for a minute. We got to pay the bills.
Yes, sir.
So for our gambling partner, gamble at www.mybookie.ag, code USN for a 100% sign-up bonus. That is our gambling partner, MyBookie. RxHemp.com, code RXHemp-USN for 10% off your order. If you're hurting like I am after an Eagles loss, is a great topical to actually soothe the pain and wash it all away. Shop at teespring.com/store/unwrapped. That's our shop. And our Patreon /Unwrapped Sports. Make sure to sign up for the $5 and $10 tier to get the benefits. All right, so we have tonight's game between Tom Brady and the Patriots. I never thought I would say that. I mean, honestly, I thought Tom Brady would be a Patriot for the rest of his life, but here we are. And we have Anthony Khan over on the show. So you've been a Patriots fan for a long time. I want to hear your thoughts about Thomas Brady and about this game tonight.
Yeah, man. I mean, Pats till the end. I still support my mans though, even though he's on the Bucs. So I root for them on the occasion when they're playing. But yeah, I mean, like you said, I never thought that I would really have to say it either. That he's playing the Patriots is definitely a weird thought. I mean, I know we've had a full year to see him in the Bucs uniform, but I think the first time he lines up, opposite side of a Patriot uniform, it's going to look real weird. It was crazy seeing him run down the sideline with the little fist bump and the let's go. And, the crowd goes crazy because, that's obviously what he always did when he was in New England. But yeah, I never thought it would get to this point. I will forever say that it was a mistake letting it get to this point as well. Obviously we'll see, I guess, the true story of what happened. When the Seth Wickersham book comes out, obviously they've talked about some stuff in there a little bit already that, Kraft doesn't really like Bill too much apparently, but he's so good he keeps him around. And, that Bill wouldn't meet Tom in person to say goodbye and this, that, and the third. But it's definitely a range of emotions, man. Obviously, like I said, never expect for this to happen, but it finally is. And, I'm excited for the game. I'm excited to see, the pregame to do with the little tribute that they'll give him. And I assume that they'll give him another tribute, or maybe they save the pregame one for when he passes Drew Brees eventually, probably sometime in the first quarter, I would think. Only needs 67 yards for that NFL passing record. But, yeah, definitely a crazy thing. Obviously, Brady means the world to all Patriot fans, as my other Patriot brethren joins. What's good, CJ? My co-host over there on the hard count as well. But yeah, listen, it's definitely weird. But I'm excited to see it. And Brady means the world to all the Patriot fans, obviously. 6 Super Bowls. I got the man's fat head in my room. Got the newspaper clippings from the Patriots Super Bowls. I got the Super Bowl coins and all that stuff. So crazy, but here we are.
Yeah, and CJ, you're just joining us here. You're also a Patriots fan. I'll ask you the same question. I mean, what does this game mean to you? And just speak about, what Tom Brady means to you and how we got to this point tonight. Like, are you shocked that we are at this point where Tom Brady is facing his own team?
Yeah, it doesn't feel real. Doesn't feel real, Ben. So when the schedule came out in May, obviously this was one of the key games that was circled for the entire season. And, here we are, October 4th. He's the reason why I'm a Patriot fan. Obviously, been a fan since I was young. And, it's tough. It's tough. It still doesn't feel real that he's in the Buccaneers jersey, even though he won the Super Bowl with the Bucs. Just seeing him play for so long. And then the red, white, and silver. And then now he's in the pewter and red. It feels a little weird, but I'm rooting for the Pats tonight, man. I mean, I know a lot of my guys. They were saying we're gonna get clapped and we're gonna get blown out. this, and that. So I know Connie was in the chat, was in the unwrapped chat going crazy. So I think we're gonna play well. I think we're gonna play well. I think we Patriots, they want to play for Bill, and I'm sure those guys over there want to play for Tom. So I think it's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, and you touched upon it a little bit, but how confident are you for tonight's game? Again, you're facing Tom Brady, who's not putting any feelings on the field. He's going to go out and try to destroy every single man out there. How confident are you facing him tonight?
Yeah, I mean, of course, it's the GOAT. So it's always that threat factor and potentially putting up so many points. It's a good thing Gronk is not playing. Because I think they would have probably went crazy with that connection, but I'm confident, man. I mean, I'm confident we play well. Hopefully, Josh McDaniels is really going to come down to Josh McDaniels on offense, man. If that guy could figure out how to call plays in the NFL.
CJ, over under 5 passes thrown over 10 yards.
I hope he tries something, man. I hope he tries something different. I don't know, man. That's the only thing I'm scared of is McDaniels, bro.
And also remember that at one point he was a leading candidate to get a NFL head coaching job. Same goes to you, Connie. How confident are you for tonight?
Listen, CJ said I'm not very confident. It's not. I don't even put it on the defense either. The defense has been playing pretty well so far, except that last drive against the Saints last week, where they kind of could have kept us in the game. But that's a different story for a different day. The defense has been playing pretty well. Obviously, it's going to be a chess match. You have the greatest quarterback of all time. You have the greatest coach of all time. And I mean, they were on the same team. They know what each other does. Bill probably knows how to beat Tom, and Tom probably knows how to beat Bill. So I'm sure that they'll try to disguise things on defense. But I just think that at this point, the Bucs are a better team. And listen, you can call me, not a Patriot fan, whatever, blah, blah, like everybody likes to do. I like to be realistic. And I just think that the Bucs are a better team. I think that they'll end up winning. Would I like for the Pats to win? Sure. Especially because that would make a great storyline. Obviously, with Brady winning the Super Bowl last year, a lot of people put, I mean, I always had it this way, but people took it to, Brady meant more than Bill. And then, if Bill wins this game, they're going to say, see, he can beat Brady. So, I mean, for the storyline purposes, it would be fantastic. But, like CJ said, I don't know how much confidence I have in McDaniels. Lego Man Jones not looking too well so far. So, Jonnu Smith is social distancing with the football. Trent Brown is out again for the 3rd straight game. So it's going to be it's interesting.
Yeah, and I don't want to take away from my co-host Wise Cheese Matt Scora. Matt, do you have any questions for our 2 Patriots fans here?
I do. I have a question for CJ. You were talking to me earlier in the week. You classified the Patriots as dirt. I'd like to know what are your levels of classifications, because I know Connie likes to use the term dog water, and I figure from dog water there's dirt. I like to hear an explanation on how the Patriots went from dynasty contenders to dirt.
Oh, I mean, it's one reason is number 12. Yeah, one reason is 12, and then secondly, I just feel like it's so much pressure on McDaniels to call a great game, and to me, he's not that guy. I just don't think he's that guy. We'll see. It's a long season. Maybe tonight could change some things, but and just the penalties. That's one reason that can make you dirt 100%. Turnovers. So it's been playing. I mean, right now, like, we can honestly, after this game, if we take the L, we could have the same record as the Jets. So let's take that in consideration. Even though we got the dub, and the only dub is the Jets right now. So
yeah, the only dub was the Jets.
Yeah, that'll definitely put us in the category as super.
CJ,
hey man, you might be lower than the Jets, because at least the Jets have a win against the Tennessee Titans. Your only win is against the Jets.
Well, I mean, I just mean in the division. Since we got that one win over them.
CJ, we could always combine. We can go dog water and dirt. We could just make it mud, bro.
Oh yeah.
Turn and make
I mean,
mud.
listen, bro. Like, I hope they come out and play with some urgency, man.
I also,
Like,
I also like to add on. This would be a question for both of you guys. This would be a no-brainer for me. But would you guys expect more standing ovations or boos with Brady's return? Obviously, I'm more of a standing ovation. The guy gave 20 years and brought you guys 6 rings. But what are kind of your guys' perspective? Are you more of like give him his roses in the beginning and then boo him in the competition because it's competition, or just give him standing ovations just because he's the GOAT and he basically made New England relevant?
Listen, if you boo Tom Brady in that stadium, you should be kicked out immediately. The police should arrest you, damn near.
Yeah, you gotta give Brady a standing O. I mean, it's just one game. It's just one game. It doesn't count for the 2 decades that this man put through for the team, for that city, for the whole New England area.
Basically, for most of our lifetimes.
Yeah, exactly.
So that would be like Derek Jeter coming back to the Yankees if he played for a different team and then booing him.
Would you? Here, I will say this, Connie. Would you have booed Jeter if he was in a Red Sox uniform?
Bro, I would have walked. Well, first of all, I'd be a little sickened. But second of all, I would have walked to Yankee Stadium and slapped the soul out of somebody for booing Derek Jeter after 20 years.
So what you're saying is, Connie, if we hear boos from Foxborough, you're gonna walk all the way to Foxborough and slap some people?
I'm walking.
I do have a question for both of you. This is going to be our stakes pick of the night. It is who has more passing yards at halftime, Tom Brady or Mac Jones. We're going to go big today, so we can do the max we wager, which is 25 coins, on Tom Brady or Mac Jones. Who do you think, realistically?
Hey, realistically?
Yeah.
I mean, listen. I mean,
you know why Ben said realistically. It's all because of this man right here, CJ. I'll just highlight him.
Listen, I'll be objective, obviously, of course. I mean, you would hope Brady would have more passing yards. I mean, he has better weapons, better quarterback. It's not even close.
Well, let me say this. I expect it to be Brady. Don't get me wrong, but the Bucs defense has given up the most passing yards and touchdowns in the NFL so far. So hey,
that's a point.
Listen, I was just saying, if Mac, I think the Bucs are going to smack him no matter what. But if I wouldn't, maybe at the end of the half, Mac makes a nice 15-yard completion, gets him 151 yards, and Brady got 150. You know what I mean? It's possible.
I get what you're saying. I'm going to take.
With that being said, Brady for 12.
I'm going to let score be the tiebreaker here. Brady, you think?
It has to be Brady. It's his return game. It's like the one song, I got murder on my mind. That Tom Brady's got murder on his mind tonight. He's gonna be a menace tonight. Like he's gonna go up there and he's gonna prove to Bill like what Jimmy Butler said to the Timberwolves. You're nothing without me.
Especially because he's trying to pass Breeze for the passing record. Yeah, I know it's only 67 yards, but he might try to do that on the first throw of the game.
Connie, could you imagine this legendary play? First play of the game, Brady
Brown
from his own 25, touchdown pass to AB for 75 yards, break Drew Brees' all-time passing records. And Drew Brees is going to be there because he works for NBC.
I'll be in shambles because they should both be playing for the Pats.
I mean, they did at one point.
All facts.
Yeah,
AB, Tom Brady even threw AB a touchdown in Miami.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I remember that.
Beat him up 43-0.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Don't you worry. I know.
What a game.
I played him in fantasy that week. I had AB in fantasy that week.
One great game.
And then Bill was like, nah.
And then this man just had to keep talking.
Right.
Without further ado, because I know I have limited time for Connie at least, and probably CJ, you may want to go see the game as well. Yeah. I want to get your score predictions for today between Tampa Bay and New England. I will start. I will go Tampa Bay 28, New England 14.
Ooh, I'm gonna go with the score of Tampa Bay 38. New England 17. It's gonna be a beat down. I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked if if the Pats keep it competitive. Because if we look at CJ classified the Pats as dirt, I mean they played like dirt. They should have beat the Saints last week.
Should have beat the
You know,
Dolphins.
if we're being quite honest here, they should have beat the Dolphins, but Damian Harris, as CJ mentioned, sold. And also CJ mentioned he would have put him in a body bag
that week. Son was on clearance that week.
Yeah, I mean, if we're being honest here, the Pats should be 2-1, but instead they're 1-2, or even 3-0 if you're looking at it. But we can't all have nice things, and the Pats are 1-2. So I'm just looking at it from a standpoint of Brady.
Nice things since Brady was in Tampa.
Yeah, Brady coming to town. He's got all of his weapons. Granted, even though they don't have Gronk, you still have Cameron Brate. You still have O.J. Howard. You'll be fine at tight end. And then you got solid receivers. You got Mike Evans. You got Chris Godwin. You got a whole lot of money, AB. And you got Scotty Miller, the speedster. So, I mean, it's going to be beat down.
Scotty Miller's out.
Yeah, oh, never mind. No Scotty Miller.
On IR.
Well, then if that's the case for running backs, you got Leonard Fournette still. So, I mean, it's going to be a beatdown. And I think maybe Mac Jones will scrounge up maybe like 17 in like garbage time.
I do have a question for both of you. Obviously, this is not the New England Patriots team we're used to seeing. And Bill Belichick has been the coach here forever. But there's only so much lack of success through years which Robert Kraft can take.
Listen, Ben, I'm going to stop you there, bro.
Okay.
He's only been bad for a year and a half, Ben. What you saying?
Let me ask you a question. Okay.
Bill could go 0-17 the next 2 years, and I don't think they would fire him.
Okay, I was going to ask, how long do you think Bill till you think Bill is fired?
Well, the only way Bill leaves if he retires.
Yeah,
Andy Reid was around forever, and he eventually got fired by
Andy Reid didn't even win a Super Bowl. Bill's got 6.
Yeah, Bill probably resigned.
Bro, Bill got cement shoes in the coaching position right now.
He got ownership of Gillette Stadium.
Yeah, he'll probably resign. Kraft would never fire him. And again, he's his own he's GM too, so he can't fire himself. Like, he'll just walk away.
Although he should fire himself from being the GM.
One thing I will say in history, though, it did happen to one team where Jerry Jones did fire the legendary Tom Landry. So it could happen. Robert Kraft could fire Bill Belichick. And like Connie mentioned, there is a book with a lot of dirt out that Robert Kraft really doesn't like Bill. So that's just rumors spreading. But, I mean, it could be a possibility, but I don't think they will fire him just because you look at what Bill has done with New England. 6 Super Bowls, granted, also helped when, you have the GOAT as your quarterback, but you still got to coach him and let him be successful. And for the most part, they've been successful for mainly my whole life, 20 years. So it's a possibility there. But I'd also like to hear from, obviously, I threw out the wide score of 38-17 Bucks, and I want to hear what CJ has, because CJ, out of all of us here so far, is the only guy I feel like is pulling for the Pats. I've been talking to him all week. He's been saying, even though he called the Pats dirt, it's a love-hate with dirt. Sometimes you gotta love the dirt, sometimes you hate the dirt. So I want to hear, I want to hear what CJ has as his prediction.
Listen, man.
Tell us your score of the Patriots and tell us why you have the Patriots.
I got 28-24, New England. I think we're going to run the ball, work on the play action. I think abuse that secondary a little bit that Connie was talking about. I think we get some deep plays, a couple creative plays. I think Josh McDaniels tried some creative plays, some trick plays.
Lee Flicker confirmed.
Keep Todd Bowles on his heels, and I think we pull out with the W. Hopefully, try to get Brady a couple interceptions, maybe 1 or 2, just to get the ball back, try to control the clock, and then go back to we'll stay in the crib and go back to the crib with a dub, man. That's it. Send Brady back.
I do know one thing. If I see an interception, one thing I'm gonna look for in the chat is just CJ, just in the comment section, just like, yeah.
Now I'm not gonna say nothing till the game's over, bro. Because
we also have in the comment section the great Logan Forge. His gangrene got a W. So let's all give a round of applause for the goddamn Jets for getting the W. Round of applause for the New York Jets. And you know what? Round of applause for the whole city of New York, dude. The Yankees are in the playoffs. The Giants got to win, and the Jets got to win. And the Bills won, too.
No, I ain't clapping for New York. Connie, let's hear your score
Yes,
prediction.
sir. New York on its way up.
And let's hear the realist, Connie. Why you got your dad, Tom Brady, getting the W with the Bucks?
Bucks kicking out of bounds first play, different. I'm going. I changed my score prediction. I originally had it 38 to 24. I think I'm now going to go 30. I think I'm going to go 33-20.
33-20 Bucks. All right.
Washys, do you have any other questions before we let these fine USN contributors watch their game?
Well, one thing. Well, I will have to say one last thing. How do you guys think the Pats will finish their season? Because they're 1-2 right now. If they win, they'll be 2-2 and 500. But if they lose, they'll be 1-3. What are your guys' expectations for the Pats the rest of the season?
Yeah, I'm just hoping we get over 500, bro.
Over 500. What about you, Connie?
This is. Yep. I was just about to say. I had high expectations of about 11 wins before. I'm down to 9-8. I'm down to 9-8.
And I will say one last thing. I know this isn't football related, but this is baseball related. I know Connie and CJ, you guys both like the Yankees. They clinched the playoffs once again.
Sir.
You most likely got the man who you paid $40 million to, Garrett Cole, on the mound versus the rival Boston Red Sox. What's going to be the expectations for the AL wild card at Fenway? What's going to happen?
Listen, Cole, give me 5 innings, no runs, let the bullpen do its job, and Stanton, Judge go deep, crush the soul of the little weasel Red Sox, and we're on our way to Tampa.
Yeah,
Tampa. What about you, CJ?
Judge and Stan have to continue to carry. Those other guys have to step up too. Gallo got him in the trade. Rizzo as well. Gallo just got to keep striking out all the time. He needs a big playoff run, so hopefully he can start it here against the Red Sox.
Oh, here we go. We got another former Yankee say Yanks are sweeping the Pink Sox. Well, you only got to beat them once. You only got to beat the Pink Sox once, so that's all that matters. And we still got a believer in the Patriots. He said the Pats clinched the wild card. We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens tonight. We'll see tonight if they can. Miracles can happen. And I'll also follow up suit by saying I do believe the Yankees are going to beat the Red Sox. I think, in my honest opinion, you got Garrett Cole, as Connie mentioned, on extra days of rest. I expect nothing less than a 7-inning shutout from Garrett Cole. I expect Gleyber Torres to hit a homer. I expect Gleyber Day to show up. I also expect, Giancarlo to, in my honest opinion, this is going to be imagination in my head. I think it might happen, but it probably won't. It's going to be Red Sox. It's going to be Yankees up 2-0. It's going to be top 9. It's going to be man on first and second, 2 outs, 3-2 count. You got Giancarlo Stanton up, and he hits the 3-run bomb over the monster. Yanks win 5-0, and they move on to Tampa.
Yeah, that's fine with me. Deal.
And if I can't cheer for my Phillies in the playoffs, let's go Bombers.
Oh, okay.
Oh, baby man.
Respect.
They are my second favorite team with the 0.1% of Bronx Bomber I have in my blood. Obviously, you guys probably have a game to catch, so I wanted to thank you guys for joining us.
And also before you guys head out, what are some of the stuff you guys do? I'll throw it out to Anthony. I'll throw it out to Anthony first, and then to CJ.
Yeah, so obviously the man to the right of me and him, the hard count on Tuesdays at 9 Eastern, breaking down everything in the football world for all the people out there. Mondays, I do Generational Sports with me and Josh Linares. Obviously, we talk a little bit about everything. That's 7 Eastern. Obviously, cover a lot of football now that's going on, but when basketball season's underway, we'll cover a little bit of that. And then Thursday, I got Backstop Banter with me and Michael Lawson, everything in the baseball world. So we're doing a little bit of everything out here, people. Check us all out.
All right, then I'll ask that same question to you, CJ. Where can the people find all the great stuff that you do?
yeah, you could find me with Connie, like Connie just said, every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, streaming Twitter, YouTube, Twitch as well, covering all things NFL, the hard count. Find us and Garda Podcast, All NBA Podcast I'm doing. Starting up soon. NBA is right around the corner. Lakers Nets preseason game today. So again, we're getting ready for that. So thank you guys for having me on, man.
Yeah, no problem.
No problem. Always a pleasure to have you guys on.
All right, man. Appreciate it. You guys take care.
Catch you, boys.
Good luck
You
tonight.
too.
All right, so let's put up the scoreboard presented by Unwrapped Sports. The Patriots had to punt their first drive, and now Connie's daddy Brady is on the field.
That's right. And the first two plays, hasn't been too eventful. It's coming up about 3rd and short, for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
3rd down and short. They're doing the player intros on NBC right now, which is kind of insane, showing Tom Brady in Gillette Stadium with a Buccaneers jersey on. Mm-hmm. So 3rd and short. I would expect to run it with Fournette here.
I hope so, and it looks like they do as Fournette breaks through, runs through a couple people, gains about 15 to 20 yards as he moves them down to about their own 40-yard line. So a big run play there for Leonard Fournette to give the Buccaneers a first down. Great call, Ben. Calling the run game up, and it was a big play for 21 yards.
I better replace Nick Sirianni's OC in the near future. Oh, wait, no. Nick Sirianni is the OC. My bad. I should just replace Sirianni.
He's only played 4 games, Ben. Give him a chance.
I know. We'll go into that at the commercial break. But 1st and 10 for Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. 11:35 to go. They pitch back to Fournette, and he's going nowhere on that play. It'll be 2nd down and long.
Then as of right now, naming through some of the players on the defense on the NBC side of things as well. What do you think the Buccaneers should do on this 2nd down and 11, Ben? What do you think Brady's going to do here?
I'm debating between 2 things. One, just a usual Brady short pass. Or 2, let's just try to establish the run one more time. See if it works. I mean, worst case scenario, you have like a 3rd and 8 where you can throw from. So they're actually going to do the short pass. They flip it out, and they get a decent amount of yardage. I think that's Antonio Brown. So 3rd down for the Buccaneers. I called it again. I have the magic touch tonight for calling plays. 3rd down and 5.
3rd down and 5 for the Buccaneers. You hear Brady calling up the play on the line, doing a couple of audibles. Brady in the pocket, clean pocket, and he throws it deep and incomplete. The pass wasn't intended for Cameron Brate, as it is a 3-and-out for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, as Bill Belichick and the defense gets the job done, and the Buccaneers are set out to punt the ball away back to the New England Patriots as they will begin their 2nd drive. And when we get into commercial break, we will have a live look at what is called Eagles Look-In. We will have Ben, who actually went to the Eagles-Chiefs game earlier today. We will get a basically live action on Ben, basically telling us, the viewers, what went down at the link between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles.
You do not,
and also how the Eagles' future looks this season.
Yeah, you do not want to miss that. 4th and 5. They're getting ready to punt. Snap is away. Kick is up, and it looks pretty good. Really good, actually. They fumbled the football, and I think it should be out at the 1. That's unbelievable.
They called it. It looks like they called it a touchback. The Pats player signaling it hit the pylon, so it's supposed to be down for a touchback. So we'll see what happens on the commercial break. Since it is commercial break, Ben, Eagles Look-In. You saw the Eagles firsthand at Lincoln Financial Field where they lost 42-30 to the Kansas City Chiefs. Tell us about it. What happened?
So I was in Philadelphia since 9 o'clock in the morning. I got my tailgate on, went to the game, having not great expectations, and I was proven right. However, things did impress me. One, Jalen Hurts' accuracy and passing ability. I was very happy with that. Two, Devontae Smith. He looks legit, and it's super hard to be a rookie wide receiver in this league. So I got to give props to Smith. What I'm not impressed with, one, the run defense. If you have Chuba Hubbard on your fantasy team, start him next week when the Eagles play the Panthers. He will have a field day against these linebackers. And two, again, defense and stuff like that with the corners and just letting Patty Mahomes do whatever he wants. I mean, do you know how many times Kansas City had to punt the ball until the fourth quarter?
How many times?
0.
Ooh.
Kansas City never had to punt. They never had to kick a field goal. They just scored. And whatever the Eagles put up, Kansas City could match it and more. So there was one point of the game where I thought there was a pick penalty that they called, which should have been an Eagles touchdown, and that could have changed things in this game. But if you can't stop a Kansas City offense that's scoring every single time and you can't match them, you're going to lose every time. So we did not have the defense to beat the Chiefs today. And honestly, the Chiefs didn't have the defense that beat the Eagles today, but one defense was clearly coming out on top today.
Mm-hmm. And one thing I will add from an outside perspective, just watching the game and kind of looking at some of the score sheets. I mean, Mahomes went off. 24 of 30, 278, 5 touchdowns, the interception. Clyde Edwards-Helaire went off on the ground, 14 carries, 102 yards. And Tyreek Hill, man, he just put on a clinic. 11 catches, 186 yards, 3 touchdowns on 12 targets. That is just impressive numbers that he put up. And one thing I will say is what this game showed was clearly one team being more superior than the other. And that's what you expect. You expect the Kansas City Chiefs to come out after having a bad performance against the Chargers to lay the beat down on the Eagles. It's just sad that it happened to Ben's Philadelphia Eagles. If it would have happened to any other team, I don't think I'd have a problem with it. But because it happens to Ben's Philadelphia Eagles, I was a little devastated just because, Ben had to sit there and witness the whole beatdown. So it was tough for him to see.
Thank you, Matt. But it wasn't a beatdown, though. Remember, Eagles were up at the end of the first quarter, and they were also competing at halftime in the third quarter. It's just the turning point of that game is when the Eagles were in field goal territory, and they fumbled for a 42-yard loss to drain the clock out to halftime. Then the Chiefs scored and put them up by 2 scores, and there was no looking back. And by the way, to all the Chiefs fans out there, and especially the dude that was so obnoxious in my section, don't get too hyped over yourself. You didn't look that great. You'll be out in the first round.
Ooh, okay. We got some word message for you Chiefs fans out there. As we head back from commercial break, it is still Buccaneers 0, Patriots 0, but the Pats with the ball. First pass play for Mac Jones to Jacoby Myers. And they're reviewing whether or not it was a fumble because, as we saw, Shaq Barrett punched the ball out and Devin White did recover the ball. So as of right now, where it stands, it is Buccaneers ball inside the 20-yard line.
Well, taking a look at this, it has to be a football move. He takes a couple steps. That's a fumble. That is totally a fumble. That's Bucks ball.
Mm-hmm. And they're reviewing to see if he even had possession when he even made that move in the first place. That'll be something that we'll have to wait and see what happens. As yet again, it goes to another commercial break because the previous play is under review. Ben, was there anything else you had to add on for Eagles look in?
I mean, it was so great being back in the stadium. If you've never been to an NFL football game, I would go. Just my humble opinion, especially here in Philadelphia where the fans are all riled up, the stadium's rocking, and then, the occasional rowdy visitor fan that we have to shut up, It's good. It's fun. Things got a little rowdy in Philadelphia today, but it's all in good, not so clean fun.
Yeah, and like they say, it's always sunny in Philadelphia, right?
Oh, yes, based on the TV show, it is Always Sunny in Philadelphia. By the way, it is actually kind of funny. Like, there is a lot of cloudy days in Philadelphia, more than like any other city that I've been to. So it's kind of funny. But you know what? I think we can beat Carolina. We just need to shut down the run. That because I think passing game we've done all right. Except for, leaving Tyreek wide open all the time. But the numbers from Kelsey, though, weren't good at all today. He had a quiet game. And if we can shut down people like Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore like that, I think we'll be okay. Hopefully. Maybe.
Yeah, we'll definitely see what the Eagles can do against the Carolina Panthers next week, who suffered a big loss to the Dallas Cowboys this week to hand them their first loss, which we'll most likely cover in this stream as we get onto more commercial breaks and possibly halftime as well. And eventually, for the next commercial break for the viewers out there, we will do the other side of things, a Green Bay Packers look in as they beat the Pittsburgh Steelers 27-17 and advanced to 3-1. We will get my perspective first, how I thought the game was, and then, from my outsider's perspective, Ben's view, as the review just came in and they reversed it. So instead of it being a fumble and Bucs ball, they reversed it to being incomplete. So the Patriots dodge a bullet there. Ben, were you shocked that they reversed it to call an incomplete pass?
Yeah, and for two reasons. One, he made a football move, and if you made a football move, that would classify as a fumble. Two, did he secure the ball? The ball was moving around a little bit, but he seemed to have secured it with two hands and made a football move. To me, that's a clean fumble. I think Bill Vinovich really messed that up.
It sure sounds like it from Ben's perspective. It is a third down and a long 14 for the rookie Mac Jones as he stands in the pocket, dumps it off to the running back, as the Pats will be short of the first down as they move it down to about their own 22-yard line, as it will be yet another 3-and-out for the New England Patriots. I'll give my side of the review. I thought it made sense for them to reverse it. I think the reason why they reversed it was because it didn't look like Jacoby Myers had possession in the first place. Yes, he made a football move, but you could say the ball was moving while he made it, and then a simple punch out. So I think it was the right choice for them to reverse it. Granted, it sucks for the Bucs because you could have had it, about the red zone, but now you got to work your way back. As a punt return, it's a decent return, but there is a flag on the play, so we will see what it is as TB12 will be marching back onto the field for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for their second drive of the game, as it looks like illegal block in the back. So it'll probably be about 5-10 yards further back for the Buccaneers. And as we about head to commercial break for this so far defensive slugfest of the Buccaneers versus the Patriots Week 4 matchup, let's give a Packers look in. I will start first by saying I believe this was a great win for the Green Bay Packers. Obviously, start off a little shaky when Big Ben had that phenomenal 45-yard throw to Deontay Johnson. I mean, you look at it was great coverage in general by the Steelers. In fact, before I even go into the Packers look in, it looks like I was wrong because they are still playing and it is not commercial break. So we'll wait till the next commercial break for that full breakdown. But, for that right now. And there's also a stat line that for people who don't know, before this game started, as mentioned by our guests, Anthony and CJ, there is a record that has a chance to be broken this game, and that is Tom Brady and the all-time passing yards leader. If I'm not mistaken, Ben, before the game started, he only needed 67 yards of passing to at least tie or pass Drew Brees for all-time passing yards. And so far to this point, I believe if I'm not mistaken, he has 14 yards and he has 14 yards. So we'll see if he will most likely break it tonight. But it's not a matter of if he breaks it tonight. It's a matter of when.
He better break it tonight. I have him as my fantasy quarterback. 8:07 left to go. 1st and 10. Brady, play action pass. Fires. Downfield, incomplete, intended for Mike Evans. 2nd and 10, 7:59 left to go in the first. Drew Brees and Tom Brady have been competing for this record forever. One would pass the other pretty much every other week. Not to I would say metaphorically speaking, but I definitely think Brady will be that record holder. And by the way, Drew Brees works for NBC. He's at this game. He was just shown on the sidelines. So that would be kind of cool if he breaks it right in front of him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it definitely is, and you also have to think, if Drew Brees, in his final 2 years before he retired last year, he did have some stints where he got hurt, multiple games. I remember 2 years ago he was out for 5 games. So you look at those 5 games, it really kind of affected, his all-time leader list. At the time, he was the all-time passing yards leader, but he could have had more passing yards. So it makes it in a way easier for Brady to break it this game, which he has a pretty much a good chance to break it. I honestly say about a 95 to 99% chance to break that record.
And by the way, I agree with your point, but the game we're playing is called football. If you think you're not getting hurt playing football, you're sadly mistaken. I'm sorry. So Drew Brees did whatever he could to put up the number he did, and he did a fantastic job of doing it. I don't think there's more that he could have done, honestly. But injuries happen in football.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the nature of the game. 2nd and 7. There was a first down pass to Leonard Fournette. We'll get into a fantasy update in a minute. Downfield, pass is complete to Mike Evans. More yards for Brady, and that record is closing in for TB12 over Drew Brees.
It definitely is closing in. I'd say that's about, and they gave a stat on NBC. I believe it says 28 more yards until he passes that record, and he has a big pass play to Mike Evans once again, as that looks like that could very well be possibly the record breaker. I'm not sure if it is, but it has a good chance of it possibly being. We'll see what happens if they do anything special with the ball or if there's some sort of celebration. But as of right now, he has 40 yards passing early in this first quarter.
Brady, it is complete to Mike Evans, and it looks like he has enough, and he does. I think he does. We'll check here. The Unwrapped chat's saying that that he has the record. 5:28 left to go. 6 seconds on the play clock. And they're going to call timeout. And that, I think, is the record.
Yeah, it definitely might be. As we are in commercial break, we will continue the Packers looking. Overall, I think it was a great win by my Green Bay Packers. This was a game where, you had to win and take care of business and get the job done, and we did that. One thing is for certain, 3-1, great record. Started off a little slow in the first quarter, but I honestly say after we had the punt and our defense made a stand against the Steelers, that's when our offense started clicking. You know what I mean? And also, I also think what turned the game around was the strip fumble. As many of you guys know, Big Ben did have the strip sack fumble, which the Packers cashed in on a touchdown to put them up 14-7 as they are already back to the game. So we will put the Packers looking on hold as we are back with the Buccaneers and the Patriots. And the reason why we're not going to the Packers looking is there is a chance possibly to where the record could be broken. And he does have 68 yards. So I believe with this pass, he did successfully pass Drew Brees for the all-time passing yards leader for none other than the GOAT, TB12.
Oh, he broke the record?
Yep, he did. He broke the record by 4 yards. They put the stat line. It was 80,362 for Brady, and Breeze had 80,358. So, Ben, as you see that Tom Brady broke the all-time passing yards leader for Drew Brees, what are your thoughts on Brady breaking the record?
GOAT. That's all I need to say. GOAT. Congratulations to him. He deserves it. He's proven us wrong time and time again. When only he alone could prove us wrong. He's had a phenomenal career, and this is the way to cap it off. It really is icing on the cake here, where he breaks in front of his home crowd. That's amazing.
It definitely is. I feel like that this is phenomenal for Brady. I mean, you're talking, this is his 22nd year, and he's still dominating on this level. I think it's very impressive with what we see. 3rd and 7, Brady, toss it up, incomplete. As it will be 4th and 7, and the Buccaneers will most likely settle for a field goal. But with that being said, following up to what I was stating, I think it was only a matter of time when Brady would pass Brees. Because, I mean, you look at it near the twilights of both of their careers, with Brees being out for a couple games and Brady being healthy, it helped Brady skyrocket up towards that all-time passing yards leader. And I think it further shows that, Brady's a gunslinger. Early on in his career, he was more along the lines of, let the defense win, don't be a liability. But as time went on, you really started to see, the passing of Brady get better and better and better. And now it's the standpoint of, now Brady is officially further cementing himself as the GOAT. I mean, for the people who don't say that Brady is the GOAT, I don't really know what to say. I mean, the guy has 7 rings. He now has the all-time wins record, all-time touchdowns record, and now the all-time passing yards record. Is just further on cementing his first ballot Hall of Fame legacy whenever he decides to hang up. A lot of people, I thought, it wasn't a matter of if, it's when. But now it's if, Brady wants to retire, because, I mean, we haven't seen a guy be this successful in his late 30s, early 40s besides Brady. So, I mean, you look at before he won Super Bowl 49, he had 3 rings, but they were early on in his career. He had to wait 10 years to win another. And some people even thought, before Super Bowl 49 that Brady was done. Next thing you know, ever since Super Bowl 49, that dude's added on 4 more rings. And he continues to still want to play. So it's just overall exciting what to see from Brady. And just for him to pass Drew Brees all time for passing yards, it was always a battle. I think you and I could both agree with that, Ben. Near Drew Brees' final years, you saw Brady catch up in the ranks, and it was kind of a matter of like, hey, when Brees retires, Brady's going to pass him. Whenever Brees decides to call it quits, Brady will probably pass him in the next year or 2. Lo and behold, what happens? Drew Brees retires after the divisional round between the Saints and the Bucs last year, and what happens this year? Week 4. And Tom Brady passes Brees for all-time passing yards. Overall, great stuff. While I was on my rant, the Buccaneers did settle for the field goal, and it was good, as it is 3-0 Buccaneers over the Patriots as we are in this commercial break. Ben, are you shocked so far from this, with it only being 3-0, or was this kind of expected when you have a head coach like Bill Belichick, who knows what he's doing from a defensive standpoint in the first quarter?
Well, no, not really. It's just the way the game went. Usually teams don't score right off the bat in their offensive drive. It takes a lot of offenses at least a drive to get warmed up, and I think that's what Brady did. He got a nice field goal out of it, and then a bunch of touchdowns are going to come after that. So it's just the flow of the game. So I'm not too shocked.
I'm more along the lines of a little shocked. I mean, I did go bold and say 38-17 Bucks, but there's still plenty of football left. So we'll see what happens here as the Buccaneers kick it off to the Patriots. This time they do not kick it out of bounds. They instead kick it for a touchback. So we will see Mac Jones back out onto the field as they are basically giving a whole rundown of Mac Jones' basically entire career, how he was born and raised in Jacksonville, went to Alabama, won himself a national championship in Miami, and he graduated, I guess, with a 4.0 GPA from the University of Alabama. So congratulations to Mac Jones for being such a genius as he gets the snap on 1st and 10 and quick throw to the receiver. I believe it looks like it is number 84 for the New England Patriots. A quick gain of about 15 yards. So a nice first down play for the Patriots. And one thing I will say is I'm impressed with how I guess the Pats defense kept the Bucs in check. I thought for sure Brady was going to go in slinging. But, Bill knows his stuff. Bill knows he worked with Brady for 20 years. He knows his best things and he knows his worst things. He knows how to get Brady and he knows what big plays Brady looks for. So it's, in my honest opinion, this is going to be a chess match. It's going to be a chess match between Belichick and Brady and kind of, in a way, see who breaks first. Right now the Bucs broke first, up 3-0, and let's see if Bill Belichick can lead Mac Jones and try and capitalize and maybe get a touchdown.
Definitely. Do you have a game update real quick? I'm
Yes,
just going to log back into my app.
Yes, we do. It was 2nd and 10 for Mac as he throws another incompletion as it is now 3rd down and 10 for the New England Patriots as the Buccaneers still lead 3-0. Let's see what Josh McDaniels has up his sleeve for the Patriots offense.
By the way, as much of I think I said this earlier in the stream, as much of complaining as Anthony and CJ did over Josh McDaniel, that guy was supposed to be a head coach at one point in his career.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone's going to be doing this offered him now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially when there is an interception thrown by Mac Jones as the ball was tipped up in the air and into the hands of Antoine Winfield Jr. So the Buccaneers defense gets their takeaway that they have been so looking forward to. And as we look at, it was a great play. I believe it was by 43 on the Buccaneers. So a great play there. Really nothing Mac Jones could do there. Almost in a way, try to force a Jacoby Myers, but defense was all over him. And then Antoine Winfield was right place, right time. Buccaneers will get the ball back up 3-0. And this is not what you want, for the Patriots. You do not want to turn the ball over and give it to Brady because you know what he's about to do. He's going to make you pay.
That is definitely that I couldn't have said that any clearer. Brady will make you pay. If you even put 30 seconds on the clock from his own 1 yard line, he will find a way. Brady will find a way.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Sorry to interrupt. With that being said, while we're on commercial break, Ben, you said it earlier. Let's give our Unwrapped Fantasy Football updates.
All right.
How are we looking? I know for sure in the Unwrapped Redraft, somebody's looking good and somebody is not looking good.
Yes, sir. So let's take a look at the sleeper. The Redraft League, it's between us. It's between us this week. Team Sons of Ben versus Team Wise Cheese, and the winner of that game will be me. 152.06 and 90.32. By the way, Wise Cheese does have people left. He has Leonard Fournette and he has Keenan Allen, but there's a 99% chance of me winning that game. So if the results hold, I will move to 3-1, and Wise Cheese will move to 2-2. Let's look at the Ultimate Fantasy Football League. 93.86 to 108.40. I have one person left. He has none. It is Tom Brady. He needs to have at least 20. He has 2.84 so far. So we'll have to see. It's 78% chance of me winning that game. And in your dynasty league, you're beating your other co-host Caleb Condon to a pulp.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm put the smack down, but in the Unwrapped Dynasty, I'm being beaten up. I'm losing 105.64 to 78.60. The guy that I'm versing, also a fellow Unwrapped member, Mark, he's up 105.64 to my 78.60. He has Mac Jones playing and Tom Brady playing, so really nothing I could do there. And I have Jacoby Myers and Chris Godwin.
By the way,
I expect to be 2-2 after the end of this week.
do you know what's even better?
What's better?
I have a chance to win all of my fantasy leagues this week, all 5 of them. So taking a look at the ESPN ones, one game against for my friend league, won for the Discord league for the Liberty 4 Philly podcast. Check that out. Against one of my good friends, Alec Eskin. And then in the NFL Deep Dive League with Ethan, I'm playing Anthony Conover, actually. He is projected for more points. Let's take a look at the matchup. He has 2 people left. It is 106.44 to 80.66. He has Williams left, and he's Waller left. So he may win that game. But 4-1 on the week is not bad.
Let's see. Now, for the rest of my fantasy leagues for right now, let me see. I am projected to lose 3. So 6-3, I would say not too bad for my fantasy leagues. What sucks is I lost some of the more important ones. The redraft, obviously, you put the smack down. You showed me no mercy. And one thing I can't stand about this guy, for the viewers out there, this man, Ben Hoyt, decides to have DJ Moore, who gives him almost 32 points. And he decides out of the blue, let me just put in a guy named Cordell Patterson, who's only not even projected 10 points. And what does Cordell Patterson decide to do, ladies and gentlemen? He decides to have 6 carries, 34 yards, 5 catches, 82 yards, and 3 touchdowns for 34.60 points.
Well, I'll tell you this. I'll give you the inside scoop. I got him off waiver wires probably at the last minute of the school day on Wednesday. And my thought process is, do I play him over Nyheim Hines? Yes. I do believe I should do that. The result of Nyheim Hines, if I put him into the game, he would have had 0.1 point. Then do I say, okay, do I put him over Trey Sermon? Yes, I believe I do. Trey Sermon had 8.90 points. So I made the right decision, and it got me the ball game over my co-host. Let's go!
It's BS, man. It's only 2 players. 2! That got him over 30. And then there's me, who decide, yeah, TJ Hawkinson, dud. Cordell Sutton, dud. Cole Beasley, dud. DJ Chark, let's hurt my ankle, dud. Did you even give me a single point? Not one.
Actually,
did he even get points? Didn't even get 0.01.
All right, so let's take a look here. Your highest position player besides a quarterback scored 16 points.
Yeah, it was bad. I mean, Stephon Diggs gave me 17.
Oh, Stephon Diggs did give you 17. Let's see how many players.
But he still scored under his projected total. Yeah. All duds across the board. If there's a thing to where they give worst manager of the week, it's going to me.
We'll see, because let's take a look at the league. And if the game resumes, we'll get to that in a minute. No, you are not the worst manager in the week at all, my friend. Trill really is laying an egg. Actually, yeah, he's not doing well at all. He's going to lose to Perry. Let's take a look at some other results from the redraft league. Perry will win. He'll move to 2-2. Trill will fall to 2-2. So both people will go to 2-2. Jolin will win his matchup. Michael Lawson will win his matchup. He will go to 4-0, the only undefeated team in that league.
In the redraft?
Yes, that is correct.
Damn.
But Connie and Caleb Conant are locked in a battle. And unfortunately, John Creveling won his game. His fantasy team name is Ben Sucks at Fantasy, so I need to be better than him this year. Then we'll take a look at the Ultimate Fantasy League, and I believe I'm the only undefeated team in that league.
Yes, you are. Sons of Ben at 3-0. I'm doing terrible at 1-2, but I'm about to bounce back and be 2-2 because I'm just putting smackdown on one of our co-hosts, the great Caleb Conant. Check out MCS Real Sports Podcast while you guys are at it, and check out this show, Primetime, with Hoyt and Wise Cheese, as we are on a commercial break.
Yeah, so I'll take a look at some of Michael Lawson's going to lose that league. Taking a look at other unwrapped members. Caleb Conant's going to lose. CJ's going to lose. Perry's going to win over CJ. Actually, Michael Lawson's going to lose to Sam Daring. Shout out to him. He's a great guy. Former Unwrapped Sports contributor. Connie's going to lose. I don't know if I said that already. So taking a look at the standings, if things hold, I will be the only 4-0 team in that league because the second place team, who's 2-1, will lose. Caleb Conant will lose. What's Jolin doing? Jolin will win. So he'll be your second place team along with Sam Daring and Perry.
That's going to be very interesting. Week 5 for redraft. I verse Mr. Chloe Rogers for the redraft because I'm most likely going to be 2-2. Same thing in the dynasty.
Let's see. My opponent for the redraft is Jolin. He, I think, was losing. No, he won. So he's going to move to 2-2. And then for the Ultimate Fantasy Football League, I will be playing. Guess who I'm playing?
Who?
Matt.
I know you're not playing me.
CEO extraordinaire Perry Aston.
Ooh, week 5.
So he'll test me coming up. He'll be in second place. I'm going to get a drink of water because I have been doing a lot of talking. I will be right back. And Wise Cheese, as always, hold down the fort.
Alrighty. I will do certainly that. And we are still on commercial break. About to head on to the game. As it is just about to be underway. As the score still stands, it is still Buccaneers 3, Patriots nothing. As the ball is currently underway, as I show the beautiful, glorious skyline of Boston, Massachusetts, even though they are based in Foxborough, Massachusetts. As it is Buccaneers ball, showing the side cam of Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, one of the greatest head coaches of all time and the greatest quarterback of all time, dueling it out. 2nd down and 7 for Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. As they start the second quarter, Brady incomplete, as the pass was to Mike Evans and it just slips out of his hands. It is now 3rd down and 7 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the New England Patriots. And we will see what kind of play Brady has up his sleeve. My honest opinion, I wouldn't be shocked if Brady went to try and target to either Godwin or even one of his tight ends, Cameron Brate. You look at even just on the previous play, he had Evans. Evans just simply dropped it. And we'll see what happens on this next play here. 3rd down and 7 for the Patriots. Play clock down to about 3 seconds as Brady gets it off. Throws incomplete to Leonard Fournette as it is 4th down and 7. And once again, the Buccaneers will have to settle for a field goal as the Pats defense bend but don't break. They did not break. And
that's certainly good for the Bucs. Not for the Bucs, for the Pats, because if their defense can hold on strong, at least they'll have a fighting chance.
Indeed, they most certainly do. They have Ryan Suckup, who earlier made a 29-yard field goal. He will be now attempting, as we will see, a 35-yard field goal. Well, it says 36, as they will have play clock down to 5. Good snap, good hold, and the kick is no good. Just wide to the left, and it is still Buccaneers 3, Patriots 0. So it was a good snap, good hold. It looks like he just simply missed it. Just a little to the right. As we had a commercial break, Buccaneers lead 3-0 as we start the second quarter. Now, let's get into overreactions for week 4. That's right, people. It may be a quarter of the way through the season, but we've got a lot of overreactions here upon us. Ben, I'd like to hear some of your overreactions that you got for week 4.
Overreactions I have for week 4. Believe me, I have a lot of them for one particular game. Jeffrey Lurie will make Nick Sirianni hire an offensive coordinator next year. Period. Nick Sirianni will not be the team's offensive coordinator and head coach. He'll have to give one away.
Oh, I'll say you paused for a second. You said Nick Sirianni is going to be forced to hire an offensive coordinator?
That is correct. Nick Sirianni will be forced to hire an offensive coordinator. He called the game all right. But again, he's a young head coach and needs some help. There's one play in particular that really sparked that. They're on the 3-yard line, 1st and goal, and they throw a screen pass to Miles Sanders, blown up for -5 yards. The Eagles had to settle for a field goal, and then later on in the same quarter, I believe, the Eagles had to rush and then accidentally fumbled it for -40 yards, getting no points out of a very good drive. So I think the Eagles need some experience on the offensive end, so I think they need to hire an offensive coordinator. How about you?
My one highlight, I have a couple of reactions, but I'm going to name a couple. My one overreaction for week 4 is the Tennessee Titans will finish below 500. They play embarrassing and lost to the Jets in overtime because their kicker missed a field goal to tie the game. They will finish below 500 because of how pathetic they are. And another overreaction that I have after week 4, you mentioned this earlier, Ben, the Chiefs will be a first-round exit in the playoffs. I don't know what it is. The Chiefs the last 2 years, as many of you guys may know, gone to back-to-back Super Bowls. But both teams have looked good. Both years, they made a Super Bowl 54 and 55, winning in Super Bowl 54, losing in Super Bowl 55. They look good. They look respectable. But now this year, their defense seems to have reverted back to old Chiefs standards, where the defense just is not clicking. They're letting everything go. I mean, you cannot be – I'm sorry to say this, Ben, but you can't be a Super Bowl contender and allow a Nick Sirianni-led Eagles squad to score 30 points on you. Yeah. Are you going to let a Nick Sirianni Eagles team who throws screen passes on a 1st and goal from the 3-yard line score 30 points on you? And in the AFC, you got to verse teams like the Buffalo Bills. You got to verse the Cleveland Browns, which you did beat early in the season, but you still got to verse the Baltimore Ravens, which you lost to. You lost to the Ravens because you choked leads. And don't sleep on the Chargers, who you lost to, and also the Las Vegas Raiders, who always seem to keep it competitive with you. So I don't know what it is with the Chiefs this year. Maybe, after all the consecutive years to make the playoffs in the last 2 years, make it to this February at Super Bowl, this team has to get together or else they will be a first-round exit in the playoffs, because as of right now, they're not playing like the top team in the AFC. The top team that's playing like in the AFC has been the Buffalo Bills. I mean, ever since the Bills got embarrassed by the Steelers, they reverted back to format, especially with their beat down of the Houston Texans 40-0. the Bills look like the cream of the crop in the AFC. So my overreaction is Chiefs about to be a first-round exit in the playoffs. And then one last overreaction that I have before we give a game update. The Miami Dolphins will finish below 500 and will replace Tua Tagovailoa in the offseason.
Those are great overreactions. I'll give my other two in a minute, but let's go to a game update real quick.
Well, game update, it was about a third down play, and Mac Jones passed it to Jacoby Myers, and he gained about 15 to 20 yards. I'm sorry, yes, it was to Jacoby Myers. So it is now 1st and 10 for the Patriots down at about midfield. They're down at their own 48, but close to midfield. Let's see what Mac Jones does as he audibles out of a play, looking him control the field, calling out Levante David, just commanding the field, clean pocket. Just Mac Jones throws it in, completes. Once again, it looks like Jacoby Myers. His receivers have no hands. 2nd down and 10. Ben, what were your two other overreactions?
So, I honestly think that the Houston Texans head coach, whoever he is, will be fired before Week 9.
Ooh, Week 9?
Yeah, I mean, that display versus the Buffalo Bills was nothing less of a high school score. That was pitiful.
Yikes.
You can't have that dumpster fire of an organization play those types of games without consequences for someone. I don't know if it's the GM, president of football operations, but in this case, I think it's the head coach. He'll be fired before Week 9. And let me think of one more. Usually I do something on Jacksonville, but I you know what? Here's what I'll say. Bengals will be over 500 this year.
Oh, okay. So you think they'll get at least 9 wins?
I do. I think Burrow is really going to lead this team, to heights they haven't seen in the past few years. So they could be a wild card. Who knows? I think that the Bengals have that type of potential. By the way, we're going to have a new skit coming halftime. We've done this before, but there have been new additions to this app that I think have been kind of fun. Do you know what app this is?
No, what app is it?
It's an app called Cameo. You remember doing this now? Getting flashbacks?
I mean, I do remember Cameo, yes. Do we have to guess the price?
That's it. Now you remember.
I remember guessing the price.
Yeah. So at halftime, after we recap the first half and do all that, we're going to do Guess the Cameo Price, where we try to guess athletes' cameo prices.
Mm-hmm. And while we're at it, I'm gonna create a banner for Guess the Cameo Price.
I think cameos.
Is this going to be a new trend, Ben?
Oh, I think it will. If we have enough athletes to do it for, which I do have some good ones today. Today's category will not be football, but it will be basketball.
Ooh. I like the sound of that. Quick game update, 2nd and 10. Still Bucks lead 3-0, but the Patriots are down at the Buccaneers 37-yard line.
So let's go back to the Yahoo Sports app so I can stream the game.
Yes, sir. We love the sound of that.
All right, 2nd and 10. Mac Jones hands it off. They find a hole, but that hole closes as soon as it opened. There's a flag on the play. Good gain from Harris, but this may be coming back, and it will be on Bill Vinovich's command. So it'll be a long play for the New England Patriots, and a good one for that fact, taken back. And yeah, that's a clear hold by, let's see the number 71. So 2nd and 20, 3-0. Tampa Bay over New England. Now the rushing yards, New England 44 to, I think it was no, Tampa Bay 44 to New England single digits. But the one that's more important is passing yards. Brady has over 100. Mac has not reached that, so our bet would hit. 10:53 left to go, 3-0. So that would make me 2-2 for the bets on this show.
Here, check this out, Ben. I'm trying something.
You're trying something.
Yes. Seeing if it works.
Oh,
No.
I see. That works.
Does it work? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It
Right
works. Yeah. So let's take a look. Oh my gosh, I need glasses. You just did a full zoom on my face.
Okay.
Bro. 3-0. So you're gonna see what we see. Not exactly the game, but it is a live look in at the yardages and plays for each team. So 10.
This is the ESPN app. You know what? Here, I'm gonna see if I can do a zoom in on the screen here.
Yeah, I can't see anything on there. I may need glasses, but still.
There, better.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, there we go. Bam.
9:52.
So we're trying something new here, people. Bear with us.
9:52 left to go. Run is going nowhere. Tackled by Whitehead. It'll be second down for New England. So again, there's 9:30 left to go. We have a lot of great stuff halftime planned. And then we have another half of football. So stay with us for the entire game. Oh, and make sure to go get a snack. Please don't watch our show hungry.
Yes, let's be like Rex Ryan. Let's go eat a goddamn snack.
After one quarter, it's Rex Ryan snack time. Second quarter, Rex Ryan snack time. That's how Rex Ryan rolls.
Yep, that's right. As they do call PI on the defense, as the defense was smothering, it looks like Nelson occasional hands Aguilar, but for the Eagles Super Bowl run, he was just Nelson Aguilar because he made catches.
I love my nickname for him, Nelson No Hands Aguilar.
But he did, I will say, he had hands when you guys made it to the Super Bowl and won.
1 year.
And he had hands when he was on the Raiders.
Yeah, no, 1 year for us. He did great. And then a certain 6 ABC Action News report came about a fire, and then it's all history. You know what happened with that fire update on 6 ABC?
Yeah, he said he said, I caught a baby, I had hands to use to catch something. Unlike Aguilar.
That was 6 ABC Action News reporting a fire in Philadelphia when that happened. And I saw that and cracked up pretty hard. Because that man was speaking facts. Mac Jones complete. If he could throw a pick here, that would be lovely for my bet.
It would be lovely, but it turns out it was the opposite side because, as you can see on this little ESPN icon, the Pats scored a touchdown to that boy, Hunter Henry. So the New England Patriots, for the first time this game, take the lead as they are up 7-3, as you can see on the ESPN icon. But for those of you who cannot see, it is Patriots 7, Buccaneers 3. Because Hunter Henry made a big play.
So can you see if you could pull up the passing comparison between the two quarterbacks real quick? I know there was an option for that.
I sure can. Bam. Passing yards, Tom Brady, 104. Mac Jones, 13 of 18, 114 yards, a touchdown and an interception.
Yikes. That's not good. Brady needs to come out next drive and establish something, not just for my stakes bet, but also just to keep the New England Patriots from gaining too much momentum here. That is not good for the Buccaneers and company. They do not want to let New England get momentum. because Bill Belichick will use that to his advantage.
He definitely will use that to his advantage. Hey, let's pull up. Let's go with the GameCast here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we'll go.
Oh wait, I forgot Caleb Skinner was a Buccaneers fan.
Yeah, it's because he's in the Tampa Bay area. Just recently moved there.
Yes, that he did have a big move recently. Congratulations to him. I know he and Ethan Carboni do a great show together. It's Saturday Standouts.
That's right. And for those of you guys who do not know, if you like college football, we have a show for you to watch college football. Go on the Unwrapped Sports Network YouTube channel. While you're at it, subscribe and tune in Wednesdays at, I believe, 7 p.m. Eastern. You tune in. You got Saturday Standouts for college football with Ben's great friend, Ethan Carboni, and Caleb Skinner. Every Wednesday, if you want college football, Saturday Standouts is your place.
Yes, Ethan Carboni is a great friend of mine. As much shit as we give each other, we are great buddies. Speaking of which, he hasn't texted me about the show, so I'll give him a ring to see if he wants to hop on. So we'll see about Ethan Carboni becoming a guest on the show. He usually likes to. He's recently called it quote unquote our show. He submitted himself as a host, which obviously is not the case. He has his own show. So he'll be ripping on that if he comes on too. Game update?
Well, game update as of right now, they just got back in as it is Patriots 7, Buccaneers 3.
All right. Are we still in commercial break? I'm sorry.
No, we just got back from commercial break. As they're doing the side screen, Tom Brady basically said what he said to the SNF crew on Bill Belichick. He basically said for 20 years, had a great relationship. He wanted me to be the best quarterback. Basically all the good stuff.
Absolutely. I mean, I think this is a three-way relationship between one, Tom Brady, two, management, which is, of course, Kraft and Belichick, and three, the fans. I don't think any of this would have worked without this triangular system that the Patriots had.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they're all grateful for each other.
I think they are as well, and I'm trying another screen here, which I think would be better to show off the score. It is from NFL.com truly, and it gives updates. This is for all you that are here. This is all new. This is something that I just pulled.
Nice.
I just pulled out something new, just to try it out. Just to see, you know, what can we do on our good old fashioned lovely StreamYard. And as we saw, a nice 6-yard run by your boy Rojo Ronald Jones. As we can see, Ben drinking on the water. What kind of water
There's a flag on
is it,
the
Ben?
play, however. It is Kirkland.
Kirkland water. Sweet.
Yeah, Kirkland water, yeah. 7:50 left to go in the second, 7-3. They call false they call a what are they calling there, Bill? Oh, false start on OJ Howard. Bruce Arians not too pleased.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame him. I wouldn't be pleased either. As Brady on the next play, 2nd and 9, makes a completed pass to Antonio Brown. As you can see on the screen icon, 8-yard pass from Tom Brady to Antonio Brown.
Yeah, I
if you
do.
want,
I like
I
this
was gonna say
graphic.
if you want a whole lot of money, Antonio Brown is your guy.
Yeah, I like this graphic. This is a good graphic. Let's keep that up.
There you go. Bam. Zoom in at 110 just to see if anything changes. We'll be chilling right there. 3rd down and 1 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They give a nice toss to Leonard Fournette as he easily gets the 1st down. Gains about 2 yards, but that's all you need. That's all you need.
Yeah.
A 3-yard run by Leonard Fournette.
Yeah, it seems I'm a little behind on the stream, so yeah, 7:06. Yeah, Leonard Fournette muscles his way for that 1st down.
Yeah, and you look at even from that toss play, it looks like just from the start, like just the way how it formulated. You kind of figured he would have that pass play with ease.
Yeah, I mean, Leonard Fournette is so quick and so strong at the same exact time. So he got that with no problem. There was a sack on the play. I see Brady getting hit for a bunch of yards. -8, and it'll be 2nd and long.
By none other than Matthew Judon. You look at the Patriots free agent who they signed in the offseason, paying huge dividends. Here, this game, it looked like he was almost double teamed. It looks like Judon just overpowered. I'm just looking at the replay here, play action. He just overpowered his lineman. Ronald Jones tried to help block, and he just wasn't enough.
And that's with the extra tight end, too. As you can see on the screen, someone reported as eligible.
Man, it's Jay Wells.
So that is not a good sack to give up, especially with the extra help. As it sees play in progress. Pass incomplete to the Harvard boy, Cameron Brate. So it'll be 3rd and long.
3rd down and a long 17 here. I will say, so far in this 1st half, I am very impressed with how this Patriots defense has kept Tom Brady and the Buccaneers in check. I would have never expected this to happen. I mean, so far up to this point, as it is a 3rd down and a long 18 yards, just coming off the incompletion. So we'll see what Brady does here. Play clock down to 1. They do a quick side pass to, it looks like, Chris Godwin, and the Pats defense was there. It is yet another 3 and out for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Pats defense makes another stand. As we see on our good old-fashioned play in progress design. 1-yard pass. Bam. Look at that. Straight killer right there. Chris Godwin, 1 yard. I have my fantasy team, baby. Let's go. 1.1.
Mm-hmm. Let's take a look at our future broadcasts as we near the half. Week 5, you know who the game is? Should be a good one.
Week 5 for Sunday night. If I had a guess, if I had a random guess, I would hope it would be some team from the NFC West.
It is not. It is 2 AFC teams, Kansas City and Buffalo.
Ooh.
So we'll have that show next week, followed by Seattle-Pittsburgh on the 17th. The 24th, I do not believe we're going to have a show that week, unfortunately. I will be out of town enjoying a football game in Las Vegas, and I will be at a show at night in Vegas, just getting the Vegas scene. So Colts 49ers will not be broadcasted, but we'll be back week 8 for Dallas, Minnesota. So that is your schedule for broadcast for the next at least 4 weeks. So you'll have, again, Buffalo, Kansas City, Seattle, Pittsburgh, and tentatively, depending on timing, Dallas and Minnesota.
Definitely, and we'll even try to see if week 7 does work. If it doesn't work, then consider it a bye week. If it does work, and we find a way.
Yeah, if you can find someone else, I know I'm not available. because
because for those of you who do not know, Ben will be having a blast in Vegas.
Yes, sir. And then week 8 is I'm also out of town, but that is more easier because I'm in Orlando, not in Vegas.
You in what? If you would like to tell the viewers what brings you to Orlando on Halloween night?
Yes, my sister wanted to go to Universal Studios for some time now. So we're gonna go to Universal.
Cool. And it's probably gonna be peak Halloween too, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be bunch of Halloween festivities at Universal. So it'll be warm Halloween, warm Florida Halloween. But let's take a look. So Pinion punts 39 yards. Okay, so Tampa Bay had a punt.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
they did.
Brady looks like he's been struggling so far. Let's take a look at the passing numbers one more time. I mean,
Yeah.
he's not even out throwing Mac Jones, I don't think.
Mm-hmm. I'll even pull up the stat line here along the side. So you look at Tom Brady, he's 11 of 20, 113 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Leonard Fournette, 7 carries, 44 yards. Ronald Jones not really doing a lot. But along here for receiving, Mike Evans, Antonio Brown really being utilized here. Leonard Fournette, Godwin. But on the other side of things, Mac Jones, he's got 100. He's got 13 of 18, 114 yards. He's got a touchdown. He does have an interception, which as I probably zoom out one more time, you'll probably see. Bam, yes, you do. Here we go. We got 1 touchdown, 1 interception. And then, just from carrying wise, the Patriots haven't been good running the football. It has been more along the side of the passing game. As we look at Kendrick Bourne, he's been great. Hunter Henry has a touchdown. And then Jacoby Myers, Brandon Bolden, Jonnu Smith got a little action.
If our bet had ended right now, if it half ended right now, I would lose the bet by 1 yard. 1 yard. So 1st and 10, New England. And actually not anymore because there was a 12-yard pass from Mac Jones to Jacoby Myers, which is not good in helping my cause at all.
What did we crack open? Did we crack open something?
I did not crack open something. What?
Oh, what? I thought first thing I thought I heard a shh.
Oh, it's probably this empty water bottle.
Ah, there we go. That.
So we're in commercial break. So I'll just give you the schedule for halftime. We're gonna be going over the first half quickly. We'll go into some results for other NFL games across the country, and then cameo time.
Yes, indeed, cameo time. I'll be excited for that. Just excited to see if my guessing skills are on point.
They were last time, but I think I beat you in one, and then you beat me in one. So it's 1-1 right now in that game.
1-1 in that game, and Ben, while we're on commercial break, it is football related, but baseball related. Out of the AL, it seems like you're pulling for the Yankees.
Yes.
Do you have a favorite team in the National League?
No.
That you'd like to see go to the World Series or make it out of the playoffs?
Actually, yes. Do you know why? I'm in a pool where if I win, this is for the Liberty 4 Philly podcast, which is a podcast I help host outside the network. If I win, I get followed by one of the best journalists in Philadelphia on Twitter. So I need to see the LA Dodgers make it to the World Series.
And
you're
in luck, my friend.
And I need the LA Dodgers to do something that most major league teams cannot do. Repeat.
Yeah, because I will say for the viewers out there, in baseball, the only time a team has repeated as a World Series champion has been the New York Yankees, all the way back from 1998 all the way to 2000, where the Yankees won 3 straight World Series. That has been the last time a team has repeated as a World Series champion. Now, there have been teams that won multiple titles in a year span. The Giants winning 3 World Series in 5 years. We've seen the Red Sox win 4 World Series in a span of 14 years. And, yeah, we've seen the Dodgers make it to 3 World Series in 4 years, but win 1. So we've seen teams go to the World Series multiple years. And even your Philadelphia Phillies almost pulled off a repeat. They won in 08, but they lost in 6 games in 09. So the Phillies have been the last closest team to repeat as world champions. And that was all the way back from 2008 to 2009, where the Phillies won in 08, but lost the World Series in Game 6 in 2009. That was the last closest team. Rangers have made it back-to-back years, but didn't win both years. Dodgers have made it back-to-back years in 2017 and 2018, but lost both. They did win in 2020, though. So,
by the way, funny story. I went to Game 3 of the World Series in 09. I still remember it clearly because it was a rain delay, and it went till like 10 o'clock, and by midnight it was only the 6th inning, and we decided to head out, and I basically like passed out. I was like 5 years old. It was the last concert in the old Wachovia Spectrum that night. It was Pearl Jam, if you know who they are. By the way, trivia question for you. Who was the last Philadelphia Phillies player to start in a World Series game? He is a Hall of Famer, by the way.
Didn't Pedro Martinez start Game 6?
Pedro Martinez.
Yeah, that's right. Because I knew Pedro was on that team, because I know when he was at Yankee Stadium, they still chanted, "Who's your daddy?" Because that was originated all the way back in 03, 04.
That is one of my hardest trivia questions. 99.999% of people don't get it, except for Wise Cheese Matt Scora. Do you know why?
Because I'm wise.
Because he's wise. That's the name. By the way, Mac Jones does something weird here. He did this weird screen pass that went for a bunch of yards. But it's still 4th down. Are they calling that a sack? Wait a sec.
No, I understand what you're going at. It's processing.
Oh, it's processing.
A 15-yard pass play.
Oh, but it's not
4th and 2.
But it's not a Mac Jones passing play, which is important for the stakes bet. It's a Jacoby Myers passing play.
Mm-hmm. And we have reached the 2-minute warning mark. It is 4th and 2 for the New England Patriots, as we see on the little screen here. And they are down at the Tampa Bay 44-yard line. So, Ben, if you're the Patriots, do you go ballsy and go for it? Or do you punt it away and give it to TB12?
Who gets the ball second half?
The ball second half goes to, I
Brady.
believe, New England.
Oh, New England? No,
Yes, it goes to New England, because remember Tom Brady started off with the. Wait, no, it is the Buccaneers.
All right, yeah, no, I would go for it, because not only does Brady score this drive if you kick a field goal, or no, and not by if you don't kick a field goal, if you punt it, he can score the next drive too, and that game could get out of hand. So I would go for it. The field position says so. 4th and 2 should be easy. Yeah, I would just go for it. So 7-3, 2-minute warning. Again, I would like to pay the bills here for a minute while we're at the 2-minute warning. Shop at teespring.com/stores/unwrapped. That is our shop. Our VIP program at patreon.com/unwrappedsports. That is, of course, the VIP program is a $10 tier per month. Gamble at www.mybookie.ag, code USM100 for 100% sign-up bonus. The official gambling partner of Primetime with Hoyt and Wise Cheese, and the Unwrapped Sports Network. All right,
Yes, sir.
so
Bills being paid. That's what we like to hear.
those are our sponsors for tonight's show. Again, if you like our shows, make sure to check out our other shows because we have more of them. And check out the Unwrapped Sports Network on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, wherever you have social media, we're probably there. And by the way, I'm going to keep saying this until it's the phrase of the company because I got to pitch this for Perry. This is real takes by real people who know what they're talking about. Real fans, real takes, not the phony baloney, Stephen A. Smiths or Max Kellerman. These are real takes by real fans.
That's right.
And most of all, real people.
That is right. We are real people. I mean, if you aren't a real person, there might be something wrong with you a little bit. But
no, but what I mean by real people, it's just like you watch stuff on ESPN and they can be robotic. It just,
oh yeah,
I mean, this isn't it. This is just 24/7, real people, real takes, period. By the way, there was a 5-yard penalty on the play for a delay of game. Is that Brady's profile picture?
No, this is just some dude. Yeah, this is. I don't know. I actually don't know who this guy is.
Let me zoom in.
Oh, you know what? It's on a Bailey, Jay Bailey. That's the guy.
It looked like Brady for a minute if you like really squint. All right, so 4th and 7 to the guy who is apparently not Tom Brady.
Yeah, because Jay Bailey decided let's have a delay of game.
Oh, the ball I think was touched. Oh no, they're gonna say it wasn't touched because if it touched the Buccaneers, that would be Patriots ball.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a look at the replay here.
Oh, it looks like it did not.
No, camera angle was weird when I saw that. Looks like someone cramped up.
Mm-hmm. That did, but the ball is down at the 5-yard line. So the Buccaneers, 2-minute drill. Tom Brady, minute 49, down 7-3. Can he get points at the end of the half? We will wait and see.
If anyone can do it, you know who it is.
Oh yeah, it's Brady.
It's Brady. Not Aaron Rodgers, not Jalen Hurts.
I mean, Rodgers did it last week with 37 seconds left.
Nope, don't care. Tom Brady.
He had no timeouts in 37 seconds.
Rodgers is the other dude I trust. Patrick Mahomes I trust too.
Yep, big trust. Yeah, and it's they're reviewing. It looks like on Mr. Davis here, seeing what kind of injury he has, and it looks like it's I would say it looks like a front, like quad or something. I believe that's like your quad muscle, right? Like your front leg.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's a cramp. That's what I'm thinking because I think it's a cramp.
I mean the Buccaneers hope it's a cramp. I mean their secondary has been banged up. I mean they had to bring in Richard Sherman. They had to bring in Richard Sherman, who was a free agent off the streets just to fill in, just because they had so many injuries on the secondary. So
Richard Sherman's that's not a bad pickup though.
No, it's not a bad pickup. I'm saying you had to go digging to get Sherman.
That is very true. So we are almost at halftime, 1:49 left to go, as we are as they are attending to the injured player. What I don't know who it is.
Yeah, I believe it's Carlton Davis.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I think that's how you pronounce his name.
So we have 1:49 left to go. Anything you want to say about this first half, Matt?
The one thing I will say about this first half is I'm very impressed with this Patriots defense. I always said the only way how they could stay in this game is if their defense can keep the Bucs in check, and so far they have. Besides this 28-yard pass from Tom Brady to Chris Godwin, shout out fantasy points. For the most part, this defense has held Brady in check. They got a sack on him, they got him some pressure, and they've been able to guard up most of his targets. Yes, they've allowed some big running plays, but for the most part, they've kept the Bucs in check. They had a simple bend don't break philosophy. They held them. They settled the Buccaneers for a field goal. They then did it again, but Suckup missed the kick, hence why it's only 7-3 instead of 7-6. And for the most part, if you're the Patriots, you've had a great first half. Let's hope you could keep that same energy in the second half.
Definitely. So are we back from commercial break?
Yes, we are.
Oh, yeah, Brady with the pass to Godwin. That one is complete.
Mm-hmm. And he once again looks like did another pass to Chris Godwin again, and already down at the New England 37-yard line. I mean, this is the definition of just straight slinging by none other than TB12 himself, Tom Brady, and already in suck-up range. As Brady throws another pass to Cameron Brate as the Patriots get another first down. As his play updates, as you see on the screen here, a pass play to Cameron Brate for 11 yards. They get the first down. Brady, once again, a quick snap. Throws it deep, incomplete. Trying to target Chris Godwin is 2nd and 10 with about 25 seconds left. The Buccaneers in clear range as they are down at the New England 26. The only thing you could hope for is Suckup redeems himself, because as many of you guys may know, he missed the kick earlier in the game. So let's hope he could bounce back and sink this one in to try and cut it to a 1-point deficit, or if the Buccaneers could cash in for a touchdown.
Play in progress as shown on our screen. And it is incomplete to Antonio Brown.
This is 3rd down and 10.
So 3rd down and 10, but no pressure. The Buccaneers can always kick a field goal.
Definitely. I think the only thing you hope for is just for them to cash in with the touchdown, just to have a lead. But, like you mentioned, Ben, as long as you get points, that's all that matters.
So 3rd and 10 on New England 26. He definitely overthrew Antonio Brown there. Taking a look at it for a second time. And it is incomplete again for Antonio Brown. 4th and 10. And he overthrew Antonio Brown one more time. So with 18 seconds left to go, it looks like Ryan Suckup will be coming right back onto the field for the New England Patriots. And the halftime score will most likely be New England 7, Tampa Bay 6. Now let's take a look at the passing yardage for each team.
Yes, well, first let's see if Suckup can make this kick here, as the Pats will ice the kicker.
So timeout, they'll ice the kicker. So yeah, let's take a look at the stats for each team while there's the timeout.
So for team total yards, Tampa Bay outdoing New England 156-106. Passing yards, New England 110 compared to the Buccaneers 105. Rushing yards, Tampa Bay dominating. As you can see along here, you can see on the takeaways and penalties, but for the actual stat line, Tom Brady 15 of 27, 182 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Mac Jones 15 of 20, 130 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception.
So it looks like that bet will hit today. That is 25 coins won for me. on the Stakes app. Warranting a no 50-yard gain comes with like 10 seconds. 44-yard attempt. The field goal is up and good. I don't know why it's saying no good here. But the kick is good and is now 7-6.
Yep.
All right, so 13 seconds left. Let's just do one more Packers look in. Any other thoughts about the Green Bay Packers today?
Just overall, great win. And, as the famous Bill Belichick would say, we're on to Cincinnati. We're on to Cincinnati here to try and get this win, and let's hope so.
By the way, Matt LaFleur is really stacking up against some legendary coaches for, I think it's 36 wins. Or no, not 36 wins. The first 36 games for his record. Matt LaFleur has been doing an amazing job as the Packers head coach.
Oh, yeah. Matt LaFleur has done a tremendous job. I mean, they showed a stat line where comparing all the all-time great coaches, he's 28-7.
That's the one. That's the record I was going for. 28-7, Matt LaFleur, comparing against the greats. 13 seconds left to go. The kick is up by Ryan Suckup. And it will be a touchback. So no time is off the clock. So Mac Jones will have 13 seconds. And if I were him, I would take a knee. Because I don't think you're going to be getting too much done with 13 seconds to go.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, it is pouring in Boston right now. So it's making it hard for both the kickers and the quarterbacks. Actually, especially the wide receivers as well, because they got to catch the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Makes it hard on everyone, but specifically those positions. 13 seconds to go. Victory formation. Jones will kneel, and we are into the half. 7-6, a low-scoring pitcher's duel, and not the half we expected from these two teams.
Mm-hmm. Definitely not the half we expected. Since it is on halftime, we will stop sharing, and we will have just the two of us beautiful faces here.
Why, thank you. All right, so we'll do a quick recap of the NFL games from across the country, week 4 of the NFL. So taking a look at the results, of course, the Eagles lost today. They lost 42-30, lost by 12. The Green Bay Packers won today 27-17. Those are our two teams. But let's read off some scores. Bengals on Thursday Night Football, 24-21. That was quite a game with Jacksonville.
Definitely what a game for Jacksonville. The only thing that's disappointing with this Jaguars loss is I feel like this was their best performance that they had all season. But they still found a way to lose. I mean, they were up 14-0. And it seemed like what turned the turning point was that 4th and goal call. When they had Trevor Lawrence try to sneak it in for the 1 and it didn't work. That was kind of the changing point of the game.
Definitely. The other good game today was an overtime thriller between the Titans and the Jets. The Titans missed a field goal to tie it up in overtime, so the Jets will have their first win of the season. Ethan Carbonis and Garrett from Iowa's Bears won today over the Detroit Lions 24-14. Colts beat the Dolphins 27-17. Another good game. Browns beat the Vikings 14-7. Washington in a thriller 34-30. Bills beat the Texans 40-0. Another good game. Giants beat the Saints at the Superdome. First game that the Superdome has hosted this year, 27-21. Panthers beat the Cowboys 36-28. Seahawks beat the Niners 28-21. Cardinals beat the Rams 37-20. Ravens won 23-7 over the Broncos. And, of course, we have our game. So what games jump out at you?
Man, I would honestly say the one game that jumped out to me the most has to be the 49ers Seahawks. Jimmy Garoppolo getting hurt and Trey Lance going into the game. This could very well be the turning point of the 49ers season. I mean, you're 2-2. Your starter, Jimmy Garoppolo, gets hurt. But your player who you traded up for, Trey Lance, gets the nod. And he actually made it an interesting game. I mean, you look at the Seahawks, they controlled most of the game. But they made it interesting as they came back into the game and only losing by 7, 28-21. This was a game to where, if we're looking at it from both sides, for the 49ers, I mean, it's a tough loss to have, especially with how you lost the Packers last week. But, this is a loss where it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
For the Seahawks, on the other hand, it was a must-win because you were 1-2 entering San Francisco, and you blew a 15-point lead to Tennessee, and then you choked against Minnesota. This was a must-win because you could not afford, if you were the Seahawks, to go 1-3, knowing that I believe you versus the Rams next week. You couldn't afford to be 1-3 going up against a division rival. But they went into Levi Stadium and they got the job done, and they're 2-2. And I feel like if you're Seattle, that could be a momentum booster for the season because now you have confidence that you could beat a division rival. And coming week 5, I think they're going to have a lot of confidence. And that was the one game that stood out to me the most. Obviously, I could go homer and say my Green Bay Packers, but it was expected for Green Bay to get the win. I just think out of this Seahawks 49ers game, a lot's going to change. For the 49ers, Jimmy Garoppolo, he got hurt. We'll see the severity of his injury. And hopefully, for the Seahawks, this is a turning point for them to get their season together. And also for the Niners, hopefully Trey Lance is a guy. Because if Trey Lance is a guy and he fails miserably, ooh, man, it's not going to look good.
Definitely. All right, let's get to the cameo. So we have NBA cameos this week. Or actually just basketball cameos, period. Let's do you have the game 2K?
I do.
All right, how about Ronnie 2K? What's his price?
Ronnie 2K on Cameo. Geez, I would have to honestly say his price tag would probably be $35.
It is unfortunately higher. It is $99.
You mean to tell me somebody is willing to pay $99 to hear Ronnie 2K speak?
That's yes. Next one is former NBA player and Brigham Young University player Jimmer Fredette.
Ooh, Jimmer Fredette. I feel like people will tune in to listen to that boy Jimmer. I would say $55 to listen to that boy Jimmer Fredette.
Oh, that's pretty good. $50. You were just over.
Damn. I was gonna say it had to be either 50 or 55.
This guy has taken the world by storm in the last few months. Johnny Juzang.
Johnny Juzang. I would have to say, does he still currently play in the NBA?
Johnny Juzang, I thought was a college basketball player for UCLA.
Oh, college basketball player. Okay. Well, if that's the case, I would say since he's still playing and people know him, I would have to honestly say $35.
94.
Ooh.
Is that worth your money? Johnny Juzang for 94?
No.
No. Okay.
Not worth it. No.
All right. Here is a draftee from this year, Luca Garza from Garrett from Iowa Hawkeyes.
Luca Garza. I mean, I would hope he have at this price. I would hope he has it at least like $30, just because I don't think it would be any more.
75.
Ooh, 75.
$75 for Luca Garza. Let's take a look. You know what? We'll entertain this. Ethan Carboni's favorite team, the Illinois Fighting Illini, Andre Curbelo.
Andre Corbillo, since the prices have been high, I'm going to keep it high. I'm going to say $50.
$70.
Oh, $70 for a guy who plays in Illinois. Sheesh.
Yeah, exactly. Let's take a look at some other ones. Mo Bamba had a song named after him.
If I had to guess the price, I'd say $40.
Sure, if you really multiplied that, $225 for Mo Bamba.
Ooh, Mo Bamba, yeah, it makes sense for Mo Bamba, especially because of the song. Because the song is by Mo Bamba.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know though. That seems very expensive. Let's actually go to coaches. How about John Calipari?
John Calipari on Cameo. I'd have to honestly say he'd have a pretty high amount. I would say $400.
$399.
Oh, you have to give me that one.
No, I'll give you. I'll give you that.
I missed it by $1.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I'm gonna round up $1.
How about Bill Self, coach for the Kansas Jayhawks?
Bill Self. I would have to say $300.
$200. You're $100 off. Let's take a look. Isaiah Thomas, not the Hall of Famer, but the short dude.
The short Isaiah Thomas, I would say $600.
$200.
$200. All right, makes sense.
Sixers, NBA legend and Sixers star World Be Free.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
NBA legend World Be Free.
World Be Free. Is that like Ron Artest Meta World Peace?
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Okay.
You don't know who World Be Free is?
Well, I didn't know he changed the World Be Free. I knew there was Meta World Peace and Ron Artest.
All right.
But now I know who he is. He has to at least have $250.
$50.
Oh.
So now it's getting lower. But let's see if I can find some others. We've done that before, so I'm not going to go there. Oh yeah, let's do Emmanuel Mudiay.
Ooh, Emmanuel Mudiay. I would say $75.
$45.
All right, $45 cheaper. Yeah, makes sense.
All right. And taking a look, scrolling down on the Cameo app, how about Alonzo Mourning?
Ooh, Alonzo Mourning, I would have to say just because he was a legend at when he played for Miami. Even though he's retired, I would say $85.
$200.
Ooh, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I want to pay $200, but like if he wants that amount, I can understand why.
Definitely. You know what? I don't know who this is, but I need to do this because I love his name. Smush Parker.
Ooh, Smush Parker. Man, I would say he is legendary. Smush Parker. I would say I would personally pay $40 for Smush Parker.
40 plus 30. $70.
$70, all
right. Clyde Drexler.
Oh, Clyde Drexler at least $250.
$499, so $500.
Oh, yeah. Makes sense, especially because, I think he's a Hall of Famer. Makes sense.
Yeah, one of the best of all time, basically. Now, scrolling down here, Got a bunch of nobodies. Oh, how about the dude who made the shot for Villanova to clinch the
Mr.
national
Jenkins?
Chris Jenkins, who I've met in person.
Ooh, Chris Jenkins. I would say because he made that shot, I would have to say at least 120.
$75.
Ooh.
That's pretty good, actually. Mason Plumlee.
Mason Plumlee. Let's see. If Jenkins is getting 75, I would have to say Plumlee is getting 65.
$200.
Who the hell would pay $200 to listen to Mason Plumlee?
Now get this. How about Artis Gilmore? Chicago
Man,
Bulls legend.
you know what? Since the players seem to have it running high, I'd have to say 215.
Well, guess what? We just moved it back down to 75.
Oh, come on, my guy. What?
Taking a look at Ron Harper.
Ron Harper, 200.
Oh my God, he actually may have that. No, never mind. 105.
105. I mean, it makes sense because like people know who Ron Harper is, especially because like he was on the three-peat Chicago Bulls run.
I mean, yeah, obviously he is a he's a great addition. What am I saying? He was a great player. Played alongside Michael Jordan in that great run. I think we've done this before, but how about Michael Beasley?
Ooh, Michael Beasley. Man, if I have to guess Michael Beasley's price, I'd say 205.
Sure. Let's multiply that by 5. $1,000 for Michael Beasley.
You know, that's a great person to end off against the cameo price because we are back with the second half football.
Sounds good. I'm going to be taking a quick break. Again, Matt, hold down the fort and I'll be right back.
All righty. I will do that. Let me share the screen for the people out there who are just doing a kickoff as we are just getting the second half underway. Third quarter, first play is a handoff from Tom Brady to, it looks like, Leonard Fournette, as we see here on this screen. It's a play in progress. It is a run for 4 yards by none other than Leonard Fournette. Second down and 6 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let's see what kind of play Brady has them running at. Let's see, Brady, clean pocket, throws to Cameron Brate, but he drops it. I mean, that's simply a pass by Cameron Brate you have to catch. I mean, Brady threw it perfectly on the money, and you simply dropped it. That can't happen. Like, I know it's raining and stuff, but I mean, you look at that's Brady perfectly on the money. Come on, you gotta catch that. There's no excuses. Now, as we look, 3rd and 6 for Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, trailing by 1, down at about their own 18-yard line. Brady back to pass, throwing it deep, and he's got Antonio Brown with the big play, but there is a flag on the play, so let's see who they will call it on. As it looks like it is on the offense. So scratch that big play because he had illegal hands to the face because of Mr. Smith. So much for that big play for the Buccaneers. As you look at that, could be a drive killer there for the Buccaneers. And that's just something that you hate to see just because you had a big play there by Buccaneers really starting to get things going, and then you have that play happen to them, and then just bam, drive killer. as it is now back at about the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and long as they just do a simple handoff to Leonard Fournette. And it is a 3-and-out for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It is a 4th down. And it's 4th down, and the Buccaneers are set to punt it away. As the Buccaneers are set to punt it away here on this 4th down and 9. As they punt it away here, as we head to commercial break, it is Patriots 7, Buccaneers 6. And as we are on commercial break, another game that I personally would like to highlight as well that I believe could be a turning point was the Baltimore Ravens and the Denver Broncos. I mean, we look at it was 2 totally opposite teams. We look at Denver Broncos. A lot of people say they were 3-0, but who are the teams that they beat that were 3-0 to get to 3-0 in the first place? They beat the New York Giants, who are 1-3. They then beat the New York Jets, who are 1-3, and they beat the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are 0-4. So look at the one competition they had to play, the Baltimore Ravens, who are respectively 2-1, and they got flat out flattened. That right there is a performance for the Broncos that you didn't want to have. You know, Teddy Two Gloves got hurt, and you know that's just something that you hate to see. And I'm glad that you're back, Ben. I was just highlighting the Broncos Ravens game, saying how disappointed I was in Denver, and the simply like the teams that they played beforehand were not good, and they were proven that yes, they may be 3-0, but they did not play like a 3-0 team.
No, and they shouldn't have been a 3-0 team. I don't think they were that good to begin with. The magical run had to end sometime, and I believe Baltimore is actually a good team. So, seemed fitting that they would lose that game.
Mm-hmm.
But so I was away for a little bit. I apologize for that. But what happened in the last drive?
Well, in the last drive, there was a drive-killing play. I mean, it looked like on a 3rd down. It looked like on a 2nd down play, the Bucs had a big play to Antonio Brown, but it was called back due to it looked like illegal contact by the offense, and that pretty much killed the drive, and the Bucs had to punt it.
The Bucs had to punt that.
Mm-hmm.
That is unfortunate. So it is 7-6 New England over Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I am just reconfirming that I won my wager today, and I did. So I'm 1-0 on that wager. Let's see how much I won.
How many coins did you win?
I think I won. I think I won 25 coins. So that's weird. Yeah, I think I won straight up 25. Play in progress. 12:46 left to go. 7-6. An 8-yard pass to Harris. For 8 yards.
As second down and 1 here for Mac Jones. Does a nice old handoff. We'll see what forward progress gives him, but he looks to be inches short.
Yeah, it does seem to be that way. So 2-yard run for Harris, 12:06 left to go in a very pitcher dually type of game. Monday Night Football should be interesting too. That'll feature Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers, so we'll see what happens with that tomorrow. I don't think it's going to be like this game where it's like 7-6.
Yeah, I will say I'm definitely looking forward to this Monday night's game. So you got the 3-0 Raiders, 2-1 Chargers. It's going to be incredible.
Jones swings it out. The ball's loose. And I think the Buccaneers have it. They do.
Well, let's see here.
Fumble by the New England Patriots.
Ooh. Yeah, and there's no changing that one. He clearly had possession. He clearly made a football move. That's going to be a fumble that's clearly going to stand. Oh, look at that cool little icon. Cool little fumble icon. And look at that. None other by the man who they just signed this week, Richard Sherman. How about that?
Yeah, he got absolutely nailed. And that was a cool little fumble icon. So, Tampa Bay will regain the ball. I mean, I was away for a little bit, but what were some things over the last few drives that really stood out to you, Matt?
Mm-hmm.
No, I was saying what things over the last few drives stood out to you?
I would honestly say the things that have stood out to me just has been pretty much the defense. Just the defense in general from both sides. I mean, they really haven't been able to move the ball at all. And I'm just looking at the fumble just on the last drive. I mean, just when you think there's something big that's going to happen, the defense makes a stand.
Absolutely. The defenses have been terrific today. I know that was a concern for New England and for Tampa Bay as well that Connie pointed out earlier. But this has been on the contrary of that. They've been doing a fantastic job on defense, just not the offensive side, where we thought there would be fireworks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, honestly, this is not the game that I expected. I expected this to be a blowout. Bucks win 38-17. And this has been really just been a defensive slugfest and pretty much two chess players just dueling it out. And, if you like defense, this is your game. But if you like offense, this game's a no bueno.
Yeah, and the Unwrapped Sports Network chat has been firing on all cylinders about this game. I'll tell you who can be affected by this game. 1, Anthony Conover. 2, CJ. 3, Caleb Skinner. He is a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. So we could hopefully have him on sometime to talk about that. He was on last week to talk about the Buccaneers, which was a treat for both of us. But it has been exploding in the Unwrapped Network chat. And by the way, do you know why I'm saying this?
Why are you saying it?
You can be a part of Unwrapped too. If you are a diehard sports fan and are interested in getting into broadcasting, please DM us on the Unwrapped Sports Twitter page to get you involved today.
Mm-hmm. Definitely indeed. Here, second down and 2 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And this is a drive where if you're Buccaneers, you have to score. There's no other option. You have to cash in points on this drive just so you can finally take a lead in the game. This is something that you need to cash in. You have to get the job done. It's that simple.
Absolutely. Fournette, I'm a little behind here, but there was no gain for Leonard Fournette. They handed it right back to him after the 8-yard gain. So it'll be 3rd and 2 at the Tampa Bay 40.
Yeah, they're showing a replay here from Guy on the Patriots where he just manhandled the lineman, just moved him over to the side, and just got him with ease on the tackle.
All right, so show the Fournette for no gain on my screen. We'll see the next play when it shows up on our screen here.
And it is 3rd and 1 for Brady, and it's batted down. Pat's defense makes a big play there. 3rd and 1, and let's see what the Buccaneers do here. Now, if you're 4th and 1 for the Bucs, do you go for it, or do you just settle for a field goal?
Well, I thought they were on their own side of the field.
Oh, well, I mean, if they're on their own side of the field, then yes, you punt it.
Yeah. So it's batted down. The pass was intended for O.J. Howard, 4th and 1, and if I were the Buccaneers, I would punt. It looks like they're going to do that.
He runs the punt, not fair catching it, and returns it for about maybe 5 yards. But once again, the Patriots defense, bend, but don't break. That's been the key of this game. And they did not break. And we had a commercial break, as it is Patriots 7, Buccaneers 6.
This is definitely a slower moving game. We've already hit the 2-hour, 20-minute mark. Actually, we started at 8, but we definitely hit the 2-hour mark. But man, this has been just such a pitcher's duel where it just been 1, 2, 3, 4, you're out. 1, 2, 3, 4, you're out, type of thing. It's just been back and forth, giving the ball to each other in a punt fest, just like a certain other Patriots game, if you can think of that one.
Yeah, this has been, in my honest opinion, the most defensive slugfest game we've seen so far this season.
Or at least definitely on our show, we've seen more touchdowns than this.
Yeah, because I will say, for the most part, so far, our first 3 weeks of Sunday Night Football, it's been pretty very scoring. First Rams, Bears, it was very high scoring. And week 2, it was Ravens and Chiefs. It was a great game there, back and forth. And then just last week, the Packers and Niners, very high scoring, very back and forth.
By the way, imagine this. You're in Boston right now. It's pouring rain and it's cold. Some tickets can cost upward to $2,000. So imagine you pay $2,000 for a ticket and you get a game that's 7-6 right now. How are you feeling after that?
Man, all I know for a fact is if I paid thousands of dollars for tickets to this game, I'd be a little disappointed. I'd be a little disappointed that it's not a high-scoring affair. Now, don't get me wrong, my team's winning, so I'd be happy, but I'm just like, man, I'm in the rain, and it's only 7-6. I like to get it at least, 21-17 or 33-30. Give me high scoring and close, but 7-6. That's when I was like, I guess I'll take it, but.
Well, if you're the Patriots, if you score a touchdown here, that would be huge. All the momentum's now with you.
Oh yeah, the Pats are in the similar situation. But I would say the Pats can get any points, field goal or touchdown, and I think they'll be decent.
Because all the momentum goes your way, and you're actually forcing Brady now to act. Now you're not playing games anymore. You're going to be it could be a 2-possession game. Actually, no, it cannot be a 2-possession game. It will be a 1-possession game. But
yeah, it'll still be 1. Now, do we want it to be 2? Yes. But math-wise, it's only 1. There can only be one score game.
It was a run for Nelson Aguilar.
Hey, that's your favorite guy right there, Nelson Aguilar.
No hands, Aguilar? Yeah.
Hey, he had hands in the Super Bowl.
He did. So did Zach Ertz. So did Alshon Jeffrey. They all had hands too.
Well, but you see, the thing is, they're old now. I go and run another team, but Ertz is getting old, replaced by Dallas Goedert. And Alshon Jeffrey just simply got old.
Mac Jones is sacked for the New England Patriots. They lost 6 on the play. It'll be third down with a little over 8 minutes left to go in the third quarter.
He got sacked again.
He got sacked again.
Back sacks.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and he got rocked too. Like, it was one of those where he's in the pocket and then boom, it just hit him like that.
Play in progress, and let's see how much he loses here. -9.
Ooh, it was bad. You could see here it was a 67 on the Patriots. Doubled Vita Vea, but it left number 9 wide open, and he just beelined it straight there.
That was just
straight to Mac Jones.
That's just a pure blitz.
Yep.
Double team via Vea. Oh, wow. What a move. And
ball's out. Ball is out. There is a flag on the play. We'll see what they call here.
Let's take a look. So punt is going to be away. And in the air. And let's see. Indeed, the ball is out. That would be New England ball. Flag on the play. What did they call it, Matt?
So first they're saying who has the ball.
New England has the ball.
Oh, it looks like it's on the Bucks for like forcing them out of bounds. And who other than Mr. Slater? Yeah, it's Mr. Slater, who's pretty much been the Pats' best special teams player since day one.
Let's see, Bill Vinovich. Yeah. Oh, on my screen, Bill Vinovich is now addressing the penalty.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, since he was out on that play, wouldn't it be a penalty on the Patriots?
Yes, they called unsportsmanlike conduct on Slater himself. So it was on the Patriots, and it is a Bucks ball.
Ah. So unsportsmanlike conduct for the Patriots. 7:29 to go, and it'll be Bucks ball again. And Bill Belichick looks less than pleased.
I mean, look, it's got to be tough for New England just because you make a big play or, you're just forced out of bounds and then, bam, next thing you know, 15-yard penalty.
About 7:45 in the third quarter. I'll let you take the wheel for a few minutes here. Let's talk about what you want to talk about.
All righty. Let's see. Well, love to talk about the game, but we'll see what happens here. And I think this is once again another must-score scenario. I think we're getting down to the point in the nitty-gritty of the game here, about 7.5 minutes left in the third, to where this is where you have to cash in. Somebody has to cash in and score. All right, it's 7-6. This is kind of a drive to where there really isn't, I guess, any momentum. Like, there really isn't any momentum on the Pats side. There really isn't any momentum on the Buccaneers side. It's kind of tilted in the middle.
Agreed.
I feel like if the Buccaneers could have the one big play, whether that's a big pass play to Mike Evans or Chris Godwin or Antonio Brown or a big run play, that could really change the game. But for right now, it's just been simply kind of like it's been moving along. Now, defensively, this is like the best game plan Bill Belichick has came up with all year. He's probably been circling his calendar. Week 4, October 3rd, Tom Brady. I got to find a way to stop him. And the Patriots, man, they play like it. They settled things down. It is now 4th and 27. So they settled all the penalties, settled everything down. It's 4th and 27, and the Patriots are going to punt it all the way from their end zone. So the Bucs are going to have good field position. So this right here, it has to be a situation where the Bucs offense has to get clicking. I mean, I don't think this is a game where a lot of people expected to have, like, I think a lot of people expected Tom Brady to do more than as we see on this stat line by Brady, 15 of 29, 182, not a single touchdown or an interception. I don't think anybody expected this kind of game. I think people expected more. They expected more touchdowns, gets more cleaner game, but this is what happens when, it's rainy in Boston or, technically Foxborough, but, NBC loves to show the skyline of Boston. But, this is simply, let's see what happens.
Absolutely. So they'll start at their own end zone. Be careful not to shoot the ball past your own end zone. Of course, that'll be a safety, and the Bucs will get the ball back. But no such problems there. The kick is up and away. It looks pretty good, just past the 40. So they'll get around the 50-yard line, and Tom will go to work with 7:17 left in the third quarter.
Mm-hmm. And play action by Brady, dumps off to Leonard Fournette. Oh, he makes a move, and it gains about 11 yards. So it is a Buccaneers first down as they move chains. What are you, Ben? Give me your what did you do when the Eagles got a first down and moved the chains? What did you do? Show the viewers out there.
First down. Or no?
Did you? How many times did you sing "Fly Eagles Fly"?
Twice. Oh no, 3 times because they scored twice, and then because it's always after an Eagles touchdown, which we do it, and then there's one pregame "Fly Eagles Fly," which was led today by Shady McCoy.
Ooh, Shady McCoy. Hey, I want to give you expectations. Knowing LaShawn McCoy retired, he signed a 1-day contract with the Eagles. How does it feel knowing that, Shady McCoy retired? His career was legendary. He got 2 Super Bowls. Granted, one was with the Chiefs and one was with the Bucs. But for the most part, most of his career was dominant with the Eagles. Had some good years with Buffalo. And just bebop from the Chiefs to the Bucs. But I mean, where would you rank LaShawn McCoy? 1, as an Eagle, and 2, as an all-time running back?
Pretty good. I'm going to say that the most. Eagles was spectacular. He was such a good running back for us. I loved LaShawn McCoy when he played here. The athleticism he had was like none I've ever seen as an Eagle, especially during the Snow Bowl where we had over a foot of snow on the field.
I will say I do remember that snow game when they played Detroit. Shady McCoy was just straight taking ankles.
That was such a legendary game. And it sort of dipped after they got I think it was traded by Chip Kelly. I think I would honestly say I think everybody hates Chip Kelly. I hate Chip Kelly so much. I wish he stayed here longer, but it was time for him to go, according to some bozo named Chip Kelly. And his performance sort of dipped after that. I mean, he had some good years with the Bills, and then he sort of fell off the face of the planet a little bit. But again, great career for LaShawn McCoy. Congratulations.
Round of applause for LaShawn McCoy.
Yep, round of applause.
Yeah, and I agree with you as well. I believe LaShawn McCoy will be a Hall of Famer. First ballot, I'm not quite sure, but overall in his career, I will say, I think LaShawn McCoy might even get his number retired in Philadelphia. I think he has a career. I think he has a possibility to do so.
That's for me because I've seen LaShawn McCoy at the link so many times, I wouldn't think, not that I wouldn't think he's a Hall of Famer, but just processing him as a Hall of Famer, an Eagles Hall of Famer, even a Pro Football Hall of Famer is insane to me.
No, I wouldn't say first ballot. I don't think it's like, he's the first ballot Hall of Famer. But I would say I would say depending on the year, maybe he could be, like third or fourth ballot. But I do think he'll get in there. I think him getting 2 Super Bowl rings helps his case.
Yeah.
Man. I will say, him. I will say he was like the definition, like Philadelphia from the late 2000s to early 2010s. LaShawn McCoy defined that team. Like you look at it, in my opinion, it was like a core of like 4 or 5 players. You had Mike Vick, you had Shady McCoy, Deshaun Jackson, Brett Selleck, Jeremy Maclin. Like you had those, like that core 5 on the offense. Man, it was beautiful. Now, granted, they did lose to the Green Bay Packers in 2010 in the wild card game, and they didn't really make it to the playoffs then. But it was fun to watch. They were Ben, you're around like the Philly area, so they were probably fun to watch going to the link. Every Sunday you look forward to seeing those guys just dominating it out there. But I think it just signifies the end of an era. Hopefully Shady McCoy does good things, and maybe he'll get his number retired in Philly. I don't think it'll be a guarantee, but maybe it could be a possibility. Or maybe even if they don't retire his jersey, just get him in like a Ring of Honor or something.
Yeah. It's weird to think that Shady's retired now. That's weird to me. That whole era is gone. I mean, I still think recent news sometimes is when Calvin Johnson retired, and that's been a long time too. So, because I loved seeing Megatron. By the way, touchdown Buccaneers.
Yep, and to Rojo, which is not good for my fantasy team.
It goes to Ronald Jones. I mean, Jeremy Maclin was so good. Brent Selleck was so good. Man,
if you're the Bucks, do you go for 2, or do you just stick the extra point and call it a day?
No, you kick the field. You kick the extra point. No, makes me want to cry. That makes me really happy that Shady came back, because I know we had some trust issues with Shady. Cutting him like that, I know he was very unhappy. So it's good that Chip Kelly didn't affect him too much.
Yeah, one thing I will say is I was definitely disappointed with how they moved on from him. I feel like just the way how Chip Kelly and them moved on from LaShawn McCoy, I think was disrespectful. Like you don't move on from a guy of that stature like that. Like a guy in LaShawn McCoy who contributed a lot to the Eagles, like a fantastic career in Philadelphia, fan favorite. You just don't do a guy like that. And just the way how Chip Kelly did it was disrespectful. I would say to the whole core. He did the same thing. It started with Deshaun McCoy. Then it went to Deshaun Jackson. And then Mike Vick, I guess it was just simply, his age, but still a fan favorite. You have to, I guess give him a courtesy, and it was just flat out disrespectful with how they moved on from him.
No, Chip, the worst one. Shady. At least we got a prospect back who actually turned out not to work. But at the time, getting the Rookie of the Year in Kiko Alonso was actually a pretty good deal. Cutting Jackson was the worst. I mean, it was because he missed practice. He missed practice and he wanted to prove a point. And I'm like, no, what are you doing, you dummy? And I still have hatred for Chip Kelly because of that. I always will be. I hate Chip
I will say I think everybody from the city of Philadelphia will have a hatred for Chip Kelly.
He was a moron. And I mean, when Deshaun came back, he and Lane Johnson had an autograph session. I think like a sports memorabilia store, and they hung a sign there intentionally saying "No Chip Kelly allowed."
Was Chip Kelly the first coach you hired post Andy Reid?
That is correct. Yes.
Oh, and he just.
He
didn't the Chip Kelly era start out hot? Like, didn't they like make the playoffs his first year because they had Nick Foles go like 27 touchdowns, 2 picks?
Something like that, and it faded fast. Because the next 2 seasons were atrocious. Like, I think we had 3 wins one year, and then
well, because I do remember one year Philadelphia. I think it was 2013. Nick Foles had I think this was either they moved on from Vic or Vic got hurt. And then Nick Foles came in. He has a great season. I think they beat the Saints. They win a playoff game, I think. But then they either make the playoffs and lose the wild card game, or they won the wild card game but then lost in division.
If they play, I remember. I think I was at that game against the Saints, and I believe they lost.
Oh yeah, they did. They played the Saints, lost Walker because the Saints, remember, they tried to have I'm drawing a blank. Marquise Colston tried that forward pass to Seattle when he could have got out of bounds.
Yeah.
In the division round. Okay, so yeah, they did make the playoffs, but then they lost to the Saints in the wild card. And that's when, as some people say, the wheels fell off, but some people like to say shit hit the fan. And that was just a straight disaster.
Yeah, Chip Kelly is on this Phillies most wanted list.
Definitely, it's been but hey, you know what? Maybe Philadelphia is on the right path. Maybe, maybe they.
Yeah, we have a young but smart when needed head coach.
I will say your head coach is very on and off. He could go Philly special on a 4th and goal. He could go a screen pass at the 3-yard line. But he could be a genius and just let Jalen Hurts pass to Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
And go off.
I just don't like that the defensive coordinator we hired is like 35 years old. I mean, a young, inexperienced defensive coordinator, I'm not a fan of that. I need an older dude to do it. So, yeah, I think we're on the right path, but there's still some ways to go.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say, do you so far, because we're a quarter of the way through the season, and Philadelphia is right now 1-3. Do you like the job that Sirianni's doing right now, or do you think you could have gotten a better option?
No, I don't think we could have got. I believe Sirianni's a smart dude. I think he just needs to wisen up, just like Wise Cheese. I think he needs to gain some experience. I don't like the defensive coordinator. I think he's an idiot. And he's young and inexperienced too. I think, like I said, I think he's only like 35 years old. So he needs to go. Get someone older. I'm not a fan of where we're at right now. I feel like we should have been 2-2.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, because I would say there are some games that were winnable. Like you could have beat the 49ers.
Absolutely. I believe if we didn't play like we did, I believe Dallas was not off the table. I believe we could have beaten Dallas.
I'd say 2-2, because I feel like you still would have lost to the Cowboys. I mean, you got brutally beat on Monday.
Yeah.
And then against the Chiefs, I don't think you still would have beat the Chiefs.
Only if we stopped them on a few drives. But they were such a machine that.
And especially they were coming off of the loss of the Chargers at home.
Yeah, I mean,
and then the heartbreaker against the Ravens as well. So like they were due for one. It just
we're such an incompetent defense at linebacker that you can just run the ball on us at ease, and then you can also pass every once in a while for big gains. That's what we saw for Tyreek Hill.
Oh yeah, I mean Tyreek Hill. I threw out a stat earlier. He had like 186 yards, 3 touchdowns. I mean, he put on a clinic. But on the game update side of things, the Pats are moved it down the field. They are all the way actually down at the 1 yard line at the end of the third quarter, down to Tampa Bay 1. Pats are, as they would say, knocking on the door of scoring.
Well,
Ben, do you
know what the
fourth
Patriots
quarter? Do you think the fourth quarter is the scoring spree on where it begins?
I don't know. It's too defensive of a game for that. But if you're the Patriots, you have to live by your creed. And do you know what that is?
What is that?
Do your job.
That's right.
Do your job. Punch it in. Do well on D. Get the ball back. Everyone needs to step up here because pitchers duels, one mistake can magnify everything. So we've reached the fourth quarter. Let's go with shout-outs now because it is already 11 o'clock down here in Philadelphia. Or
Well,
it's
almost 10, 12 minutes till.
Yes, 10:48. And I am slowly running out of energy. So by the end of this game, I will be happily in my bed. So, Matt, let's hear what you do for the Unwrapped Sports Network.
Well, what I do for the Unwrapped Sports Network, let's go just the two of us here for a quick second. Twitter handle is down below at Matt_Skura. You could also check on my Instagram at Matt_Skura20. And you could check out a sports podcast me and my great friend Caleb Conant do called MCS Real Sports Podcast. Talk all things NBA and NFL related. If you click the link tree in both my Twitter and Instagram bios, you could see it. It gives you access to the Apple Podcast, Spotify, Anchor, iHeartRadio, you name it. It's available everywhere. And check out this show, Primetime with Hoyt and Wise Cheese. Almost every Sunday night football game, you'll see us here on the Unwrapped, as you can see up here, the Unwrapped Sports Network YouTube channel. You could also check out our Twitter, Twitch, you name it. We have it everywhere. Also, check out other shows that we do from the Unwrapped Sports Network YouTube channel. But those are just some of the things that I do. Ben, what are the things that you do?
All right. So in the Unwrapped Sports Network, I have Curse of Billy Penn with Jack Morgan. We are a great Philly sports podcast. One of the two-headed beasts, as I call it. The second one is the Liberty 4 Philly podcast, which is outside the network, but still a good show of mine, with Jared Zeff and Mitchell Weiniger. And we also have Primetime with Hoyt and Wise Cheese. Hopefully before the next show, I'm going to get myself a haircut because my hair is getting long. Like I'm probably going to be growing a mullet by the next time I see you if I don't get this haircut.
And with that being said, we have ourselves a scoring update as it is a touchdown pass to Jonnu Smith. Patriots have a chance to take the lead.
Finally broke quarantine with the football. Touchdown, right. Jonnu Smith. I believe that's his first of the year.
Yeah, it has to be. I mean, this is one where, hey, the free agent money for the Pats so far paying dividends here.
So it's tied at 13 all, pending the extra point. Play in progress as it's loading.
Yep, good snap, good hold. Kick is good.
As from the former Jets kicker, Nick Folk. 14:57 left to go in the fourth, 14-13. So what do you want to do for this commercial break? Up to you.
Well, for this commercial break, I believe what we can do here is I honestly believe let's talk about some games that stood out to you the most. Whether that's a division game that you saw, or just simply one game that just ultimately surprised you.
Yeah.
Whether that was the Jets beating the Tennessee Titans to get their first win of the season, or Trey Lance coming in, against Seahawks, just any of that.
Yeah, I've none of those. The one that takes the cake for me is a horrible game on paper, but it's big for one division alone, and that is Washington Atlanta. Now, although Washington won that game, it is becoming exceptionally clear for me that Dallas is going to win the division. Remember, Eagles beat Atlanta but haven't won a game since. New York lost to Atlanta, and Washington barely beat Atlanta. I believe if the Dallas Cowboys played Atlanta, that they would blow them out of the water. So it seems that the Dallas Cowboys, it's their division to lose. So I feel like one division, not that's already decided, but we definitely have a clear favorite.
Oh yeah, I would say you would also make the case for the Green Bay Packers in the NFC North.
Yeah,
like if we're being honest here, the only team that might give the Packers competition is maybe Minnesota.
What record Chicago again?
Chicago, I believe, is 2-2. Let me check. Let me check and see, because yes, they are 2-2, because they were 1-2 going into this week, and then they beat up on the Lions to make themselves 2-2. And the Vikings, I think, are 2-2 as well. No, 1-3. So the Vikings are 1-3, Lions are 0-4, Bears are 2-2, Packers are 3-1.
So 1st and 10, 6-yard run there for Leonard Fournette. It'll be 2nd and 4 at the Tampa Bay 30.
Now this right here is a drive to where, I'm like Chris Collinsworth when I say, now here's a guy. I'm just like, now here's a time to where you have to score. I've said it time and time again.
His son's a broadcaster now for NBC.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say he sounds exactly like him.
It's literally, we literally almost said the same thing. It's literally scary.
It's copy and paste. Yeah, like whenever Chris Collinsworth decides to call it quits, bam, you could throw in the sun.
It's literally scary how they sound so much alike, and they look alike too. By the way, if like Chris Collinsworth was like 40 years younger, that would be him.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, for sure. Now, this right here is definitely, I would honestly say, in my honest opinion, the biggest play in the game. Like the biggest drive of the game up to this point, because you're in the fourth quarter. You got about 13 minutes left. I would honestly say if I were Brady and the Bucs, I would chew the clock out. I would just drive the field, run the ball, make a couple passes when you have to, and chew the clock just as long as you can, because you're only down by one. Technically, all you need is a field goal. If you get a touchdown, fantastic. But I mean, if you just get any points, I think you'll be just fine with that.
Definitely a 4-yard run for Leonard Fournette, 2nd down and 6 at the Tampa Bay 42.
Yep, Brady holding on the pocket, incomplete. So now it is 3rd down and 6. And Ben, 3rd and 6 for the Bucs. If you're Bruce Arians or Brian Leftwich, what do you have drawn up for your GOAT Tom Brady on this 3rd and 6?
6-yard pass to Hunter Henry.
I will say that's impressive.
Or not to Hunter Henry, to their tight end, OJ Howard.
Ooh, I like that. I personally would have a different. I'd still have a Brady pass, but I would say to either Evans or Godwin.
It does go to Evans, so it is 4th down and 6. It is incomplete. And it looks like 3 men were swarming Brady. Oh, wait. No, never mind. It's third. Oh, no, I was right.
The man ran. Brady ran the football.
6 yards for Tom Brady.
And as they say, as Stone Cold said in the longest yard, that's how a white man runs a football.
Yes.
What you saw right there, viewers, that's called elegance and grace. That's what an athlete looks like right there at age 45 or 44. I'm not sure which.
45. Oh my gosh. For some people, that's the middle of their life. Like that's insane that he's still playing the roughest sport on planet Earth besides rugby at this age. By the way, if you've ever seen rugby, it is a way rougher sport than football. Let me just tell you that right now.
Mm-hmm. Especially like rugby, you got no pads.
Oh yeah, and people just truck each other. I'm surprised that not everyone on that team has a concussion per game. So 2nd down.
Would you ever do rugby, Ben?
No, I don't think my bones are strong enough to play rugby. I feel like I would break something.
And Brady did not look happy. Had to call a timeout with almost exactly 11 minutes on the dot. They seemed to couldn't really get a play together and store. A lot of moving parts.
Absolutely. We are now approaching the 11 o'clock hour Eastern time. 2:56 into 2 hours 56 minutes into our stream. We've been with you for almost 3 hours now. That's the longest we have been together. And I feel like that may be the longest show in Unwrapped Sports history. Not gonna lie.
That's right. And we did this because it's a special occasion. We had special guests, Anthony Conover and CJ, on earlier as they pregame before the game started, talked about, what their thoughts and expectations were on this game. And I will say, so far, it's lived up to the hype. Granted, not the high-scoring affair some of us thought, but definitely a very close game. This has a chance to be yet another down-to-the-wire finish. And I will say, so far, these prime games so far for this football season, I've been very impressed with. From weeks 1 to week 4, there's only been a few bad apples of prime time, like Thursday night, week 1. Fantastic between the Bucs and the Cowboys. Sunday night football, week 1, was all right. It was pretty close. Rams and Bears were close for about a half. Monday night football, week 1, I think it was good. But then week 2, right? What was week 1 Monday Night Football good?
Monday Night Football?
Yeah, week 1 Monday night.
Oh my gosh! Wait a second. Guess who's at the game tonight, Matt?
Who's at the game?
El Stool Presidente.
You knew David was going to be there.
Oh yeah, but he met with Robert Kraft before the game. He posted it on his Instagram.
Oh yeah, you had to. There's no other option.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's funny. Deion Sanders commented on the post.
Yeah, do what you gotta do. And of course, NBC being a classic, showing legendary QB's returns, like Peyton Manning with the Broncos versus the Colts, as comparison to Brady returning. And look at that. Tom Sr. and Galen Brady, Tom's parents in the stands, chilling in the suite, not have to worry about the rain. See, that's like the best. I mean, honestly, it's any great time to get a suite, but like when it's like raining or bad weather and you chill out in a suite, that's like the best.
Yeah, because you're not wet like everyone else is. Being wet and cold is something you can't get over quickly. And by the way, big gain for Fournette, 23 yards. And now,
Hey, and I will say I do have Leonard Fournette on my fantasy football team. Maybe instead of you winning 99%, maybe it's you winning 80%.
really?
I
Let me
mean,
see.
I don't know. I'm just throwing out a guess.
I'm gonna check that right now. Actually,
Yeah, you do a quick check as 23-yard pass play, and then handoff to looks like Leonard Fournette again as he gains maybe 2 yards.
yeah, Brady's not gonna put up enough for the 1 league, so I'm gonna lose. Nope, still 99%. Even though Fournette does have 16 points right now.
Wait, so I'm still projected to lose 99%, even though Leonard Fournette has 16 points.
Correct, because I'm at 152.06.
How many points do I have?
101.42.
Yeah, it is pretty much 99%. I mean, unless if Keenan Allen has like the game of his life.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine that? Ben, how disappointed would you be if Keenan Allen got like 51 points?
Isn't that like a fantasy record?
Well, I don't know, but that's what I need. Need me a miracle.
Yeah, I need a miracle in the 1 league because Brady has not thrown a touchdown pass yet, and I need at least 8 points now.
Man, I mean, we look at that throw by Brady, whether it's a miscue between Evans and him or just simply a missed throw. You know, this is what we call great defense. As we look at 9:35 left in the game, 3rd and 9 for the Bucs. Throw it wide open. Cameron Brate with a big play down inside the red zone, down to about the 10-yard line, as you see on our little icon, which is there you go, right there. 18-yard pass play. Brady to Cameron Brate.
Cameron Brady has had a quietly good game. He's not a tight end that's played off that gets the ball thrown too often, but when he does, he's very reliable.
Yeah, especially when he's mostly going to be a guy that you see for a couple of weeks, especially with Gronk and his rib injuries.
And of course, he is an Ivy League alum. You know how I am about my Ivy League stuff. He is from Harvard. 1st and goal, handoff goes nowhere. 8:48 left to go, 14-13 New England over Tampa Bay. And it looks like I would think Brady would throw now.
Yeah, this is one where you have to. 2nd and goal, this is where I expect to see maybe a quick pass. Maybe like a quick slant or just a quick slant, and if nothing's open, just throw it away and just pump it on the next play.
Absolutely. 2nd and goal, play in progress. Passing complete, intended for Leonard Fournette. 3rd down. But again, no pressure. You can still kick.
You definitely can, especially you're only down 1. Like I mentioned, this was a must-score drive, and so far, they've done pretty well. They've chewed a lot of clock. I mean, you look at we're now at a point of nearing about 8 minutes left, so you got plenty of time. Play clock down to 2. Brady to snap. Looking, scrambling. He's got the wheels, throws, incomplete.
Incomplete for Tom Brady. Let's see who it was intended to.
It looked like here, they're showing on replay again.
Johnson.
Mr. Johnson?
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say for a second, not going to lie, I thought Brady was a scramble.
All right, so at the 3-hour mark, it'll be 4th and down for the Buccaneers, and they'll have to kick with 11:06. My bad, 11:06 is the time. Just above 7 minutes left to go. The kick is up, and the kick is good by Suck Up. So 16-14, Bucs over the Patriots.
Let me give a score update for the viewers out there. Bam.
All right, so we are now at commercial break. And what are you looking forward to week 5?
Week 5, I want to say like just games in general or for the Green Bay Packers?
Yeah, just for games in general.
Games in general, I would honestly say week 5. Let me pull that up. I mean, you could go with Homer and say my favorite team, but I mean, the Packers play the Bengals. That really isn't a game that I don't think everybody is looking forward to see. But I would say Rams Seahawks Thursday night. That's going to be the game I think a lot of people are going to tune into for week 5. Even though it is only on a Thursday game, I think a lot of people are gonna tune into that Thursday night football matchup, especially because the Rams come off a tough loss to Arizona and the Seahawks just got a big win over the 49ers. Sign me up for that division rival matchup.
Yeah, for a non-primetime game, I actually like New York and Dallas because if Dallas wins this by a lot, we can already see who's going to win that division. And the other game I'm taking a look at is Cleveland, LA, 2 really good teams. One of them's got to lose. So I'm not sure who will that be yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
I would say another game that I'm looking forward to as well is Chiefs and Bills.
We will be bringing you that game live, I believe, on Sunday night. Not of course this Sunday. We're in the middle of a show, but it will be the 10th of October that we have our next show.
That is right.
All right, so 16-14, 7:58 left to go. Is it still in commercial break?
It is just now returning.
All right. And feel free to give play-by-play of the game. Handing this off to you.
All right, play-by-play off the game. They're about to do a kickoff. They're about to kick it off away. Ryan Suckup going to kick it off to the Patriots. There is about 8 minutes left in the ball game, and this right here is where we see what Mac Jones is capable of to do.
Right.
This is something. You're a rookie. They drafted you at 15. You're the next guy in line after Brady. Let's see what you got, kid.
This is going
to be his time to prove it.
I don't like Alabama quarterbacks for one reason is that they don't know how to come back. Because you're playing teams like Mercer every week, where you're going to win like 62-0 every time, and you're not going to have a chance to come back, like at all. Maybe 1 or 2 games, but usually wins are pretty easy if you're Alabama. Once you get to the NFL, things get a little more dicey.
Especially when it's any team, any given Sunday.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going to happen with Mac.
And so far, Mac has been moving it as he gets yet another first down here.
All right, so
that's first and 10 for the Patriots down at their own 37-yard line. Let's see what Mac Jones does here. Mac Jones, another quick pass play. Throw a nice little check down pass to none other than Jacoby Myers. So as we look at his second down, and I'd say about mid. Second down and about not mid. Second down long, as it is a second down and 7.
Second down and 7 for the New England Patriots. 7:22 left in the fourth quarter. Once that graphic hits on screen, we'll see what the Patriots' plan will be.
Play clock down to 5. Mac Jones, a perfect pass to Jacoby Myers once again. So it is another first down for the New England Patriots as the pass was thrown to Jacoby Myers. on none other. Let's see if it was on Richard Sherman, because if it was on Richard Sherman.
20-yard pass to Jacoby Myers.
So first down, and it looks like a classic play, wide open. They did the old-fashioned play. Then they did the Mac Jones, the running back, and the toss back. Wham!
Really?
Yep, the classic. I wouldn't say it's a flea flicker, but it's a classic play out of the McDaniels playbook. And it was Jacoby Myers once again. So QB Myers.
Yep. Jacoby Myers has actually completed 2 passes tonight, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm. And you look at, they are in field goal range.
Absolutely. So they can take the lead with 1 score.
So Mac Jones, throwing, incomplete. So right now, about 5.5 minutes left in this ball game. I will say, so far to this point, this has been a perfectly executed drive by Mac Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Like, didn't turn the ball over. Was perfectly well executed. We also got Perry in the chat saying, "What's up, boys?" Nothing much, Perry. Hey, I will say, how about your Dallas Cowboys getting the W today?
No, stop, Matt. No, we don't acknowledge Cowboys.
You don't, but I do.
Okay, that's fair.
Did you know, Ben, Perry's dog Piper, whenever she wears a pink Cowboys hat, the Cowboys are 3-0.
Yes, that I do realize that. Perry sent me a photo of her just before the Eagles-Dallas game, and it was in the football chat, and it was quite adorable.
Indeed, it is adorable. Here we are, 3rd and goal, down at the Buccaneers 9-yard line. Let's see what Mac Jones has in store, and he throws it, and I don't even know what that play was. It did not work. Maybe gains about 2 yards, and it is 4th and goal. We will most likely see the field goal unit up to the task as we see Nick Folk go up there. About 5 minutes left. 4th and goal. And who would have thought we would see TB12 with the ball in his hands? 4 minutes and 27 seconds left remaining as the Patriots, as you see on the score icon, make the go-ahead field goal. They are now up 17-14. And Ben, is it? TB12. The storyline is in. 4.5 minutes left. TB12's return to Tampa. Can he break the hearts of Pats fans once again and lead them on a game-winning drive? Or will the Pats defense make the big stand and go to 2-2? What do you think's going to happen, Ben?
I feel like Tom's going to ruin some people's days. Now, that for sure I'm certain. I don't know if it's people in Florida or people in Massachusetts, but I think he's going to ruin some days in Massachusetts for sure. And all of the Patriots bandwagons from around the world.
Some days in Mass. No, it was like some days in Mass, like, Massachusetts.
Yep. So taking a look back at it, we're still in commercial break. So what was I gonna say? Who depending on who gets the ball, depending on who gets the ball, it will be the percentage of the game. I mean, if Patriots go 3 and out, no, my bad. If Bucks go 3 and out, Patriots will have a very high likelihood of winning this game.
Yeah, I definitely will say right now, I would honestly say for the percentage-wise, it most likely has to be in favor of Tampa. just because you kidding me? Like all the past, like you have to give the win percentage over to Tampa, but I will check the old reliable ESPN.com.
ESPN.
Let's see here. As of right now, ESPN.com, they currently have the win percentage as the New England Patriots 61. Nope. Psych. It's updated. It has updated to, let's see, Tampa Bay Buccaneers with a 57.4% chance to win the game.
Fair.
All because TB12 has got the ball in his hand. Now, Ben, if you're the Buccaneers, your first play of the drive, how would you set the stage? What would you do to set the tone for the drive? Do you just do a simple run play, or do you just try to go for a quick pass?
Run. Definitely take some time off the clock, if anything else. That sets the tone for a drive, makes the defense need to do something, and once they feel panicked, I think things will spread out for you.
All right. So we got Coach Ben.
Yes, sir.
Me personally, I'd go the opposite. I'd go pass play.
Yeah.
See what to do here. Drive play, first down and 10 for Brady. Back to pass. Airing it up. Incomplete. But the flag is on the play for Kyle Van Noy, as it was covered by Leonard Fournette. And it looks like it's going to be a PI play. Check this out. Pass interference. Defense. No, other way. Defense. Let's see here. Yep, I could see. Don't get me wrong, I hate that it was called, but you could see Van Noy slap the hands just a little bit too early.
Yeah, it's a bad penalty. That does shift some momentum because that's just free yardage, you know?
Yeah, especially when it's not like in college where it's only 15 yards.
Right.
It's at the spot of the foul. So right there, that's just that's a 31-yard penalty without a single pass. A 31-yard penalty where Brady didn't have to, well, he obviously had to throw the pass to the area, but didn't even have to risk it. Didn't have to, run in a mini plays, just one big chunk play. And that was it. Now there's 4 minutes left in the game, and this is where all the goosebumps come in, for all the Pats fans, because they're like, oh, we've seen this song and dance before. But, for the Pats defense, let's see what happens when they make the stand. Well, I mean, if they do.
And remember, this is against your former quarterback who knows this defense better than any other person.
Mm-hmm. As we look at here, 2nd and 7, play clock down to 5 for Brady and the Buccaneers. Brady back to pass, throw complete to Mike Evans for a gain of about 3 to 4 yards. There is a flag on the play, so we will see what the flag is called upon.
I would think it would be against the offense.
Let's see what it is. They call pass interference on the offense.
Wow.
So we look at it, looks like on Mike Evans himself, possibly for a push-off. As we look at right there, that's a tough play. Let's see here. J.C. Jackson, Mike Evans. Let's see here. They show the replay. And it does look like he does a good old-fashioned push off and then push back. Clear call there. Clear PI call. And that's something you hate to see, a 10-yard penalty. Now the ball is back at the Buccaneers' own 49. Brady, 2nd and 17. Throws it, and it is complete to Mike Evans. So kind of redeeming himself as he gains at least, 10-plus more yards. So it is now 3rd and manageable for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as this play app will update. Hey, Ben, how do you like this new addition here? The NFL.com, seeing a little play progress.
I do like the addition. It makes it definitely more clear than us just describing it to you.
All right. Like that. 11 yards. And we got an injured Patriot down on the field. As is 3 minutes and 18 seconds left. It will be 3rd down and 6. Down at the Patriots 40-yard line.
3rd down and 6.
That is right. 3rd down and 6 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is maybe a dumb question, but what do you run on this drive? Do you say risk it and run on 3rd and 6, knowing that you have Tom Brady, and then just live with a 2-down play? Or
No,
do you just try to get it all on the 6?
I would run and then go for it on 4th down.
Run and go for it on 4th down. Okay. So here we are here. Let's see what they do here. 3rd down and 6 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Brady rolling, throwing. It's complete for a 1st down to none other than Antonio Brown.
Great pitch and catch between Brady and Brown. Now they're definitely going to be favored in this game because they can take points away. But 3:03 left to go. Oh, man, it has been a long game. Already 11:30.
This is definitely, but hey, this is the game of the week. Nearing the 2-minute warning. They are for sure, though, clearly in field goal range. So this could be as Brady hands off to Leonard Fournette. He holds the ball, as this will most likely, the Patriots, they do call a timeout. So they're most likely going to utilize their timeouts just before the 2-minute warning. We will see what the Patriots defense has in store.
Yep. So timeout with 2:13 left to go. I wouldn't have done that. I would have saved it because remember the 2-minute warning is an extra timeout.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing too. I was shocked that Bill decided to use now, unless he calls a timeout now and then lets it go to the 2-minute warning, and then calls another timeout. But then again, that wouldn't. Who knows? Well, I guess the reason why I called timeout was it was only a 2-yard gain.
Yeah.
So it's one of those where you'll be fond with them calling the timeout. But now, you look at a pass for 8 yards for Antonio Brown. It's a 1st down. Now you look at it as incomplete. Psych! I lied. So it was incomplete. Now, what's good news for the Patriots is now it's 2:07, 3rd down and 8. If this defense could hold them to a 3-and-out, you can save yourself another timeout.
Absolutely. Patriots need the football back as soon as possible.
And you look at and it looks like Antonio Brown didn't see it because Antonio Brown has a guy beat. And it looks like he just didn't see it. Now, whether Brady missed the throw or not, that's clearly a missed chance.
Brady threw to the wrong shoulder. That's what happened.
Yeah, but I will say they did have themselves set up. Like AB had his man beat. Yeah. Like they just showed the replay. He had him beat. And for some odd reason, the Pats used a 2nd timeout. Whether or not they didn't like their defense alignment or the way how the Bucs were looking, they called a timeout. So now the Patriots only have 1 timeout left, plus a 2-minute warning. 3rd down and 8 here. 2:07 left in the game.
This is the last play before the 2-minute warning, by the way.
Oh yeah, this has to be. Now this is the one where this has to be the biggest play for the Pats defense all year.
Agreed.
3rd and 8, Brady back to pass, throwing deep end zone, and he's incomplete.
Oh.
Incomplete pass. The target was to Antonio Brown. So once again, the defense makes a stand. 2:02 left. It was Antonio Brown versus Jones. Brown, it seems like once again, had his man beat. And it was just simply incomplete. You look at Brown, he had it in his hands, and he just couldn't hold on to it.
Yep.
And now we will see Ryan Suckup attempt a 48-yard field goal attempt just before the 2-minute warning. And let's see what happens here. As it is good snap, good hold, and the kick is good.
All right.
So the Buccaneers with the lead 19-17. As the 2-minute drill hits, we now get to see the rookie Mac Jones. Can he do it again? Can he move the offense down the field again?
This
and
is
set
it.
the Patriots up with a chance to win?
This is it. If you don't get this, you're going for a fourth down no matter what. If you don't get this, the ball game's over. So this is a big drive for Mac Jones. And we are now approaching 3 hours and 30 minutes on this stream. You probably tell because I was about to fall asleep on 2 separate occasions.
Oh no, did we almost lose Ben?
Yeah, no. My whole body's losing me. I don't know what it is.
Damn, son.
Yeah.
One thing is sure, we don't want to lose to Ben Hoyt.
No, I am okay. 11:28, 19:17, 1:57 left to go. Of course, I'm having fun doing this show, and we'll have it next week. Kansas City Chiefs versus Buffalo Bills. Kansas City Chiefs are coming off a win against a JV football team. Buffalo Bills are coming off a win against a JV football team.
Oh no! Did you classify the Philadelphia Eagles as a JV football team?
I did.
No, come on, Ben. You can't do your own team like that.
No, it's just tough love. No, but seriously though, Kansas City Chiefs coming off a win against the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Buffalo Bills coming off a 40-point win against the Houston Texans. So, all right, are we back from commercial break?
Not quite for me. For me, what it shows is the good old-fashioned NFLshop.com, and it shows all the items of different teams, how you get 20% off your order. And then next it shows is the NBC commercial, which means that football's on next, where it says on Wednesdays, if you ever watch NBC, one city, one night, Med, Fire, PD. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, the Chicago series.
That's right. Chicago, Med, Fire, PD. Now it's very rainy. It's raining down in Boston or Foxborough, as they classify it. It's just like with the San Francisco 49ers, but playing in Santa Clara. Or the New York or the New York Jets and the New York Giants, but playing East Rutherford, New Jersey.
More like San Francisco. East Rutherford, literally you can see skyline in New York. It's right across the river. But Santa Clara, though, is like a city. Foxborough is just like a town. 1:57 left to go. Kickoff, and there's a touchback.
Yep, certainly is.
So, what are your final thoughts about this game today?
Final thoughts about this game? Well, if it's the outcome of the Bucs winning, then it was just classic Brady doing what he does best on his final drive. If the Pats come back and win, then it's just simply a big upset. As Mac throws it, incomplete. But there is a flag on the play, so let's see what it is. They will most likely call a PI on the defense. But my overall thoughts on this game to where this was a great defensive game plan from Bill Belichick and the Patriots. Bill Belichick has set his team up for success to win. And if they simply don't win, then it's just simply a fact of the Bucs just has more talent than the Patriots. But Bill Belichick has done everything he can to have success in this game to win. It's now a matter of, can Mac Jones get it done? Like this right here is where we get to really see what Mac Jones is all about. Like, I thought it was that last drive, but now this is like legit. This is it, the real deal on whether or not Mac Jones is a future TB12.
Absolutely.
Or MJ10.
Plays in progress, 153 left to go, 9-yard pass completed to Hunter Henry.
Second down and 1, but they are down at the Bucs 46-yard line. But there is a flag on the play, so hopefully and it looks like they're signaling a false start on the offense. We'll see what the refs come together to call and see.
It is a false start.
They are looking at it, and as Ben mentions, hey, Ben, show me your false start.
False start. Offense, number 77.
That's right.
5-yard penalty. Still first down.
That's right. Love the voice, too. Now, for me, I like to feel more enthusiastic. False start. Offense, number 69. Nice. 5-yard penalty. Replay. First down.
Yeah. False start, number 42.0.
Can you imagine if the NFL added decimal points to their numbers? Just like 1.1.
We would have a number 69 and a number 420.
0.420.
Yes.
Yep. As they play it now, second down and 6. Second down and 6 here for the Patriots. They do a side pass, and it is a first down. As they run it quick here, first down and 10. Luckily for the Patriots, they run out of bounds. And, I mean, what's crazy about this is the Pats still have their one timeout.
Yeah.
Still have the one timeout, and it looks like the Buccaneers, you saw on the replay, it looks like the Patriots might have gotten away with the false start there. Because you could tell they were up and jumping and pointing. So you see what happens here. This next play down at the Buccaneers 44-yard line. Mac Jones here, first and 10, minute 11 left.
Absolutely. 111 left to go. First and 10. Mac Jones. Multiple out wide. Pass is incomplete. Intended for Jacoby Myers. 1:07 left to go.
Yeah, and that was a play where, you know what, you just simply like the effort.
Yeah, so taking a look at the timeouts, New England is 1, Tampa Bay is 2.
Second down and 10 here, minute 7 left in this ball game. Mac Jones back to pass once again, throws, and it is complete to Jacoby Myers. So it is now third and short here with about a minute 3 left as Jacoby Myers. Ooh, hold on. They might have to look at that and see if he got both feet in.
Let's see here.
I'm not sure if he did because we saw the toe drag, but was the drag enough to catch it with the other foot? It looks like it is because they're not going to look at it. Third down and 3 here with a minute 3 left in the ball game. Mac Jones back to pass, and it's batted down by the defense, and that is got to be a big play by somebody on the front line of the defense, because you look at the check down was open, wide open.
Yeah, it's Vita Vea there.
Vita Vea with a huge check down play. I mean, because if you look at if Mac Jones throws it over Vita Vea, it's a completed catch. It's a first down. But now here we are, fourth down and 3, and in the rain, 56 yards, a chance for the win.
If you missed
for the Patriots, good snap, good hold, and the kick is off the post and no good.
That's the ball game.
That is the ball game.
Off the post left. Bill Belichick didn't quite have enough in them, or at least Nick Folk in this case. 55 seconds left to go. You have one timeout, but one first down should do it.
Man, and he just missed, too. He just rang off the post. And that's got to be heartbreaking there if you're the Patriots. That's just that's brutal. The Patriots did everything they could in that game to win. And they just simply couldn't close it.
What a great game. Another thriller for Sunday Night Football. We keep getting the good games here.
Mm-hmm. One thing I will say is I don't think you could blame Mac Jones for this performance. I mean, as we look at let's recap the stat line here. Mac Jones, as we look at his stat line, 31 of 40, 275 yards, 2 touchdowns, got interception. He did everything he could. The one highlight you can say is the Pats could not run at all. Just look at this rushing stat. Let's look at this, Ben.
Yeah.
This was a rushing game. You can't win like that.
No.
This was a great win by Tampa. Definitely a good bounce back from last week. As we look at Brady, 22 of 43, 269. No touchdowns or anything. Leonard Fournette, this is the difference maker right here. The run game for the Buccaneers compared to the run game of the Pats. That's what set the difference. Look at Leonard Fournette, 20 carries, 91 yards. Ronald Jones, 6 carries, 25 yards and a touchdown.
I don't think they could have done much more though, to be completely honest. I mean, defense was so superb on both sides that I don't think there was much more they could do, as they're going to take a knee and that will do it. Since it is getting late and they're just going to take another victory formation, we're going to start signing off. So one more time, let's hear what you do for the Sports Network, Matt.
All right, well, for the Sports Network, my Twitter handle is down below, at Matt_Skura. You could also check out my Instagram, at Matt_Skura20. And both of those bios has my link tree for me and my great friend Caleb Condit do, called MCS Real Sports Podcast. We talk all things NBA, NFL related, you name it. It's available everywhere. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor, you name it, it's there. Also, check out this show, Primetime with Hoyt and Wise Cheese, airing just before kickoff of Sunday Night Football, almost every Sunday. If you need a place to watch Sunday Night Football, to where we break down Sunday Night Football and talk about other stuff too, this is the place to go. Also, that's all the stuff that I do. As always, it's great to be on here and be a fantastic co-host for you, Ben Hoyt. But also, subscribe to the Unwrapped Sports Network YouTube channel to watch great shows like this every day of the week. Ben, what great stuff do you do?
So again, Cursive Billy Penn, Liberty Fort Philly podcast, they're all in my Twitter bio, at BenHoyt6, and of course, Primetime with Hoyt Wise. She's also my Twitter bio. All right, that is it for week number 4. We've had 4 episodes of this amazing show of week 5. Next Sunday, Chiefs and Bills. Until then,